CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Welcome to a special CMSportsNet Football Game of the Week broadcast. I'm Pat Stoetzer from the Community Media Center. Joining me is former South Carroll head coach Mike Kraus. We got a pair of county games on tap tonight as Liberty hosts Manchester Valley and Francis Scott Key welcomes Winters Mill. Coach, we're going to get into it real quick here. What are you looking forward to the most as we get ready for week 3?
Looking for some good Carroll County competition and looking to see what Winters Mill is about this year.
It's finally here.
Yep.
Let's get into it. Let's get right down to the action. We're going to get down to Man Valley's at Liberty and Winters Mill's at FSK. Before we get there, though, we're going to pause real quick and hear a word from our sponsors, but don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Welcome back. CMSportsNet Football Game of the Week. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the fields. Let's check in with Manchester Valley and Liberty. Started a couple minutes early. Let's catch up with them. Liberty won the toss, coach, and deferred. Man Valley kicking off to the Lions here, and their first drive of the game will set up in decent field position. And Liberty comes into this game 0-2. Under Coach Larry Luth. Played a little bit better, I thought, last week on the road against Boonesboro. Came up short against them, but it's interesting to see some of the guys that graduated from Liberty. Jack Pelishati, the quarterback, Sam Evans, the receiver, 2 big names to fill. You got Chase Miller in it at the QB now for the Lions and a couple of receivers that are trying to fill that void. That's the biggest challenge, I think, early on.
Yeah, I think the Lions are going to need a little time with life after Jack to get their offense in gear. They're still going to be solid on defense. You know, they played a really good Boonesboro team last week and a good Walkersville team in week 1. So.
And you mentioned the life after Jack. It's Chase Miller, a junior there, number 12. He had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown last week against Boonesboro. A good start there. Good run on first down for Liberty. Kevin Poole there on the carry for the Lions. I know they had Seth Jacobs back. Rushed for over 800 yards last year, really dynamic back. But right now it's Kevin Poole in the backfield for the Lions. And I don't waste so much time here on this drive. That was Poole again. And Man Valley lost week 1, coach, and then went on the road and beat North Hagerstown 24-21. I believe they got, we talked about this the other day too in our broadcast, a touchdown and a field goal in the fourth quarter to get a win like that on the road. It's a nice win for Bernie Coons and the Mavs.
Absolutely, especially after they've had a couple dings early in the season. Bernie had given me indication that they were down a couple guys and was hopeful that they get a couple of them back this week. So.
Yep, heard the same thing. So yeah, you're right. Injuries early playing a little bit of a factor there at Man Valley. So the first big play of this one early in the first quarter, 3rd and 1.
They're stout up front.
And that handoff goes to Poole, and he has enough for a first down. So, yeah, Liberty doing a good job converting there. Liberty gets a first down. We're going to check in now with Winters Mill and Man Valley. Winters Mill and Francis Scott Key, kicking off from Uniontown. It'll be Winters Mill getting it first. That's 24, Tommy Hinkhouse on the return for Winters Mill. Key does a good job there wrapping up.
Nice coverage by Key.
It was. Now back to Liberty. It was a first down play after that run. That pass falls incomplete. Just saw that again. They're just a little bit of a wide pass there from Miller, so the clock stops there early on. If you're Liberty here and you're looking for that first win, Coach, I know the kids are hungry, and also it's the county game, and you beat Man Valley last year, a 7-4 season last year. But what do you want to try to establish here on this first drive, just to sort of get your feet under you at home and move the ball and get some points on the board?
Well, I think they've done that so far. They've gotten a couple first downs. So, again, I don't want to be redundant, but you'll hear me talk about managing the game and, getting a couple first downs, getting a little confidence with their front. Man Valley is stout up front.
I mean, they're stout up front. They're big on the line as well. They just got a lot of size to their advantage. And there's a carry into that line right there. And looked like it was Poole again. Tackle made by 33, Nicholas Lopredo, one of their linebackers. And a big third down here coming up now early on for both sides, really. So 3rd and 7 now for the Lions. Close to midfield. Miller back to pass. He connects to a receiver.
Forward progress, kind of getting close.
Should be close. That's Landon Beadle for a first down. Let's check back in with the Falcons and the Eagles from Francis Scott Key as that first down goes. We got a 3rd down now, Coach, for Winters Mill at about just outside the 30-yard line. Caleb Kraus, their quarterback, back to throw it. Ooh, dangerous pass. Try to get it to Camden Cook, number 4. Good break up there by the Eagles.
Yeah, Key's playing a 3-4 and bringing some pressure off that edge there.
That near side pass was a tough one here. The run now up the middle. So it looks like, for now anyway, Kevin Poole is the ball carrier for the Lions. Haven't had a chance to see Liberty yet, so I'm not sure if there's been an injury or whatever to Seth Jacobs, their starter. It looks like it'll be a 4th and short coming up here for Liberty.
2nd and 6.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, the clock scoreboard rather hadn't changed yet, so it should be a 2nd down. Miller in the shotgun there, as Coach Kraus mentioned, Man Valley's defense. Pitch out to Poole. Oh, they're all over it. Man Valley, excuse me. Looked like 20.
Number 20 coming up on the edge there, yep.
Cam Reed had a pick 6 in week 1, counted for Man Valley's only points actually in that loss to Perry Hall, which we mentioned was a really tough opponent for Man Valley.
Another really good Baltimore County football team, yep.
So yeah, it looks like a 3rd down now for the Lions.
Look for that tight end, number 17 here.
C.J. Harold, yeah, they've got some size there too, some weapons for the young quarterback Miller. And he does drop back to pass. Nice cut back there, number 14. David Akinboye, that is enough for a first down. So Liberty moving the ball pretty well here on this first drive.
Yeah, I would say Coach Luke's got to be pretty satisfied with that.
Absolutely. Let's pop back over to Key. There's a big play here with Winters Mill and FSK. Let's take a look. Got a 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. There's Ben Stevens, number 7, their quarterback. And the give was to 32. George Taku and Winters Mill all over that. So that'll be a 4th down play. Nice play there by Winters Mill's defense.
That was number 77, Kim Brengle.
Kim Brengle, one of their big linemen. So very good job by that young man.
A 10th grader.
10th grader, 6'2", 190. Made a play. Back to Liberty now with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Miller going down the sideline. Oh, had a man.
Nope.
Nice job by number 1, Jordan Hughes, to break up that pass. Intended for Mike Martin. That was a nice defensive play, Coach.
Yeah, he did not give up on the football. Once he saw the receiver put his hands outstretched, he just stayed on it and knocked the ball out before the receiver could pull it in.
I gave Miller credit. That was a pretty well-thrown ball.
It was a good thrown
as well.
ball.
Yeah,
absolutely.
right down to the pylon.
And well covered.
Yeah, good play all around. I kind of like Liberty's go for it there on 1st and 10. 2nd and 10 now, 7 minutes to go. Thanks for joining us on the CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. We try some multi-game coverage here tonight. Watch the county games as they get underway finally. We kick off week 3 with a couple of good matchups. Poole carried it there, not much going there, so it'll be a 3rd and long coming up for Liberty.
Liberty is eating up some clock here. 6:40 in the first quarter.
True,
Had the ball the whole quarter.
But it should be a 3rd down, I believe. 6.5 left. You're right, Coach. Liberty's got some size here too, and some big targets for Miller to throw to. Some big guys up front. Miller finds some pressure, looks to throw, incomplete to Martin. Hughes again, so Hughes won 2 battles there against Michael Martin. Had to go up for it. It would have been a tough catch if he had gotten a foot down, but I think that's 4th down, and we'll see what Liberty wants to do here.
I won't be surprised if they go for it here.
I wouldn't either. Sort of in that no man's land for a punt, but you're also not that far away with the weapons you have. What are they, about the inside the 30? So, yeah. All right, let's see what Liberty does here on 4th and 8. Oh, little rock on the line, so that might change the mind. Coach Luth, we'll see. False start. Took the receiver in motion, and the lineman wanted to go with him, and you can't do that. The 4th and 8 becomes 4th and 13. And it looks like they're going to be back in punt formation. They got a good one in Michael Martin. He's a good kicker and a good punter, got a good leg. Talked to him over the summer. He did a lot of work in the summertime to go to different kicking camps.
He did, yes.
Yeah, he kind of waited behind Liberty's kicker last year. His name's escaping me right now. I apologize, but it's his turn now. So I know Liberty's got a good confidence in him, and we'll see what he can do here on 4th.
If he can pin him in the corner
13.
deep.
Nice high kick. Fair catch.
Yep.
Oh, dangerous there, but pinned him right about the 5-yard line. So really good job by Martin. Fair caught by James Herndon. Let's go back to Key. I think there's a 4th down play here we want to take a look at. With Winters Mill on offense, 4th and 9 in Key territory. Crouch has 2 backs next to him. It's coming our way. And incomplete. So again, sort of in that place where you maybe could have used Camden Cook to punt him, pin him deep, but Matt Miller wanted to go for it there early, and FSK defense turns him over on downs. Cool storyline in this one, Coach, with David Cunningham, Key's 2nd-year coach, played at Winters Mill, played under Coach Matt Miller. Definitely some motivation between the two of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Key just wants to start getting some wins and getting some confidence. Of course, they're 0-1. Last week's game against North County were tied 6-6, and the weather came, and they decided to postpone it, halt the game, and resume it. Actually, going to resume this coming Monday on the 18th. They'll pick that game up, and then, like we mentioned, Winters Mill 2-0 for the first time in a while, and if they win today, 3-0 for the first time since 2009. So long before any of these guys were playing high school football. So
I think Coach Cunningham's going to do a good job there at Key.
Yeah.
They're changing their philosophy a little bit on offense this year. They went to the spread, got out of the traditional wing tee that they usually ran there in Uniontown. I think he's kind of gone to more of what his players and his personnel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then nobody wants to be 1-9 in your first season, but like you said, changing philosophy is going to take some time to get it going. 2nd and 8 here. Winters Mill showing pressure. And the handoff is to big hit. The handoff there was to number 4. That's Keandre Grooms. And a good job by Winters Mill. Let's jump back over to Liberty and Man Valley for 1 second. As they get ready for a 3rd and 8. Here's a 3rd and 7 now for Man Valley after that nice punt from Martin. Gene Magin, the quarterback for Man Valley. Back to pass, completes it to James Herndon. And he gets upfield, and that should be a 1st down for Man Valley. Herndon, one of their top receivers.
Yeah, it looks like Liberty dropped a little coverage responsibility there in the crossing route.
Back to Key we go. 3rd and 8. Stevens going to keep it himself, and can he get to the sticks? He can. First down run for Ben Stevens. You see, how many times we see Carroll County quarterbacks these days using their legs too? Almost all of them do it, and with good results. So
absolutely.
A 3rd and 8 becomes a first down there for Key, up past the 40-yard line, called the 43. So a good drive here for the Eagles after Winters Mill failed to get it on 4th down.
See Winters Mill in their traditional 3-3 stack.
And they got some pressure on Stevens, and down he goes.
Yep.
That was number 11 in on part of that tackle, Chris Schoonover. And Stevens takes a sack. It was also number 2 in on the stop, Nico Baez, and that's a big play for Winters Mill's defense. Loss of 8 on that play. Stevens, 162 passing yards and 38 rushing yards and a touchdown. And on defense, he goes one of their two-way guys, 8.5 tackles in that first game. So a pretty good week 1, albeit in a loss, but definitely filling the stat sheet. Ben Stevens. I know they want to try to showcase Grooms if they can as much as possible. But they got another good run. That's Grooms right there on a good run to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They got Grooms. They've got Jermaine Dawson. They've got Colton Feister, a receiver who can run, and they got Stevens who can run.
Which one was the Westminster transfer?
Grooms, number 4.
Yeah.
Yep. He was very talented backfield last year too, and came to FSK to try to be. They lost one of their guys from a year ago to a move, a transfer out of the state. Caleb Booker, who came in the middle of the season, was a really good player for them. Had some military family obligations.
They're a tough school, man. They're a small school. You know, you get a couple injuries, a couple dings, and then you're in trouble.
Dangerous pass there, tipped over the middle. Fellow's incomplete, so it'll be a 4th and long, and I hear a punt coming from the sideline. We got a flag, though. I think we're going to punt. Stay tuned here. Yep. It's going to be 4th and longer.
Yeah.
All right, while we wait for this punt, let's go back over to Liberty. There's a 3rd down play coming up here that we want to take a look at. It's a 3rd and 8. Liberty with the ball back. Chase Miller brings the receiver in motion. And we can't connect with Akinboye. Throws a little off right now. The connections, that'll be a 4th down, and there'll be another punt here likely for the Lions. Take those early motions and get things going on offense a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think that Liberty is going to try to stretch the field. I think they're going to work the ball down the field.
Use those receivers to their. So Martin is back to punt again for the Lions. First one was a doozy all the way back down to the 5-yard line. So. And another pretty good punt. That one's fielded by number 9, Hayden Askew, and Liberty all over it. So defensive struggle here so far in the early going. Let's go back over to Winters Mill and Key. Falcons have a drive, or starting their drive here in pretty good field position. There's a handoff to number 3, Paris Lee. Now one of their backs, they got 3 guys, I believe, already.
Sharing the load,
Sharing the load over 100 yards through 2 games. And yeah, you're right, Coach, sharing the load for sure. And Kraus also has 129 rushing yards through 2 games. So they're going to be running the ball. That's their identity so far through 2 weeks.
Yep. I think they've averaged over 230 yards the first 2 games between the 2 games. So that's their MO. Nice play by Key.
It was a good play there by Key. Went back to Lee. And it's going to be a 3rd down and long now, coming up for Winters Mill. We'll watch a play here, and then we'll scoot back over to Man Valley Liberty in a second. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of Winters Mill Key. Scoreless. And at last check, it was scoreless with Man Valley and Liberty. We'll check in with them again in a second. As week 3 is underway, drop the ball there, Kraus, and he is going to get wrapped up in the backfield. Give that sack to number 55, Andrew Vogel. A big play there for Key, and that will be a punt situation for the Falcons. Let's go back over to Liberty, coach, and see what's doing between the Mavericks and the Lions. A 3rd and 6. Liberty's crowd getting into it. Magan looking for it on the near sideline. Ooh, tangled up. That's going to be a flag.
There, yep.
Yeah. Tangled up with Herndon.
Mason Ambrose off the sidelines, but he just couldn't get it without touching the body.
Good job by Herndon. He knows what he's doing to come back to the ball.
Yep.
Maybe draw a little contact there on Ambrose. It's a tough play. Should be a first down for the penalty. You mentioned filling shoes and life after QBs. Man Valley's got that situation too after Jake Boog graduated and was a really, really good athlete for them. And we know what he did for wrestling. He was a really good quarterback. Gene Magan filling in, doing the best he can so far through 2 weeks and led him to a victory on the road last week. It's good for his confidence.
Yeah, I talked to Crew, his brother, last weekend.
Yep, still on the team.
They're going to miss Jake. He was a good leader for them.
But when that happens, it's a chance for someone else
man up. Yep.
Someone else to try to fill the void. Now, it still said 3rd and 6, but I'm pretty sure that would be a first down. Oh. Intercepted? Yeah, going to James Herndon.
Number 2.
That's Kyle Ash, a senior for Liberty. So right after that first down catch, we see our first turnover, and it's Liberty's Kyle Ash. Nice job reading the ball there and keeping his eyes up on the ball.
Yes, he had good coverage there.
James Herndon, really good receiver for Man Valley, and Ash comes up with that takeaway. So when Liberty sets up its offense, let's jump back to FSK. Check in with the Falcons and the Eagles. Couple of scoreless games here. The final minute of the first quarter in Uniontown, 2nd and 4. Both teams have kind of been in this 30 to 40 yard middle of the field.
It's been a seesaw game, yep.
There's Grooms up the middle, and he gets greeted by number 3. That's Paris Lee. Again, so many guys go both ways on a lot of these squads, and you got to give them credit for being athletic enough to do it. I mean, I know you ask a lot of your guys. You've got guys through the years who have done the same thing, and I know they're young, but it takes a toll. Guys are sore.
You know, the first time you pull them out, man, they want to go right back in, too.
Dedication. You spend a lot of time working on it. Final play of this quarter, most likely. Get it off at the buzzer there, or the horn, and run by Grooms, and a stop by number 21, Dallas Poole, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter at FSK. No score between Winters Mill and Francis Scott Key. They'll switch sides, and we'll get into the second quarter. While we have a little break here, Coach, let's take a look at Week 2's results. Week 2 did come to an end on Monday, a crazy week. But we were here for the Frederick and Westminster game. You see that score. And we were impressed with Frederick, and we were impressed with Westminster at times. They had 3 leads in that game, but too many turnovers at the end. I believe it was 5 turnovers that led to the Owls' loss.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm sure that Coach Basler's worked on that this week and talked to his team about that. Again, Liberty had a tough Boonesboro squad.
Yep.
And, Winters Mill, played a good squad and seed, but
took care of business early. They were up 35-0 there. And like we mentioned, Man Valley on the road early in last week's Week 2. They started a day earlier than everybody else and got the win. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Week 3, which is kicking off here tonight. We got some action. Century's the only game that's not playing a county team. Only team not playing a county. Yeah, Smithsburg. We got our Man Valley Liberty game and Wintersville and Key. And then tomorrow, sort of the big game in your mind, Westminster at South Carroll for the 3 o'clock, the matinee. We talked about it on Monday, the big rivalry in Carroll County football. That's a big game, and we'll get into that as we go on the broadcast. We're both about a quarter into each of these games. What have you seen so far, Coach?
I like the way that Francis Scott Key has played. They've played tough. They're keeping Winters Mill. They're not at all at in any kind of action where they thought that Winters Mill being 2-0 had the upper hand.
They're not panicked or anything like that. Yeah. And how about Man Valley and Liberty?
Man Valley and Liberty, it's been a kind of a game where I see Liberty has taken control. Mm-hmm. Man Valley really hasn't had the ball that much from what we've seen.
Yeah,
but, Liberty looks good in life without Jack, so I'll take it.
Without Jack. Let's get back over to FSK, where Winters Mill and FSK will start the second quarter.
Wheel route.
Stevens trying to get to him and runs out of time. 24, Tommy Hinkhouse. We heard his name earlier, too, on a special teams play. That's a sack and a nice defensive effort for Winters Mill. Stevens just ran out of time and ran out of room to throw.
Yeah, Hinkhouse made a nice job down the alley there.
Tommy Hinkhouse, a junior defensive end, 6'2", 180 for Matt Miller's defense. Back to Liberty now. As they're closing in on the end of the first quarter, and that run was going nowhere. So we had a couple of defensive efforts here between both of these rivals, all four of these rivals. You see Gene Magnon was the ball carrier there, and when in doubt, get behind those big man Valley boys in front of you. And
drive for 4. Yep.
We went to their training camp or their preseason and talked to them for our preview, and Gene was excited just because of as you see them break the huddle, you can see some of the size
big.
of those guys they have up front. And he was excited to see how it was going to play out. I mean, it's taking a little bit of time, and there have been some injuries. Some guys have been banged up, but just need a couple drives, right, to get things going.
That's
and
it,
get that
just a little confidence, yep.
That was Kingston Camby on the carry, and Liberty's defense stood him right up. 56, Dom Greco, one of their starters. Let's go back down to Key, 3rd and long. Ben Stevens over the top.
Whoa, where's the flag?
Incomplete.
Oh, that could have been.
Braden Haven wanted one. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Some hand fighting, but no flag called on that one.
It's a good throw by the quarterback.
It was a good throw over the top of the defense. I agree. So we fourth down in a punt situation there. Yep. You mentioned it, Coach Kraus, on Monday about the importance of special teams. And in a game like this where so far there's a good pickup of the ball there by number 8, that's Kalen Crouch, the quarterback. Special teams being so important in a game like this so far where one play on special teams can turn the tide in a score.
A good return changes momentum and changes the field, tilts the field in your favor. That's a big play.
A good, right.
So, I would look for either one of these games for a big special teams play.
Just because I think these guys want to try to make a play here early and give their team a boost. Could be a turnover, could be a fumble, a recovered fumble. So, but Winters Mill starting with really good field position here, just
right
about near midfield.
To the 50, yep.
Kalen Crouch, a 3-way player if you count that special teams play. He's on defense too, so a lot of guys doing it, giving their all. Ooh, nice job there by number 70. Stop that run, give that tackle to Jacob Dell, the big fella, as Paris Lee had nowhere to go. So in this game already, we got some defensive efforts, standout efforts on both sides.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
I know you do. Let's go back over to Liberty and Man Valley and check in with them as their second quarter is underway now. There's a run play option, and that was Chase Miller on the keeper. So, no sign of Seth Jacobs. I mean,
I believe I saw him on the sidelines there, not in uniform. I mean, he's got his game jersey on, but he's not padded up.
No pads. Okay, well, there you go. I didn't want to speculate. Of course, we just haven't had a chance to be down there at Liberty yet, but that's a big hole. That's a big blow.
Loss.
A big blow if Liberty needs to replace a guy like Seth Jacobs. One of the top runners in the county last year. Second and 6. Miller. Jet sweep. Nice play. Akinboye, number 14. David Akinboye, close to a first down, I would think. So moving the ball pretty well. Here's FSK and Winters Mill backed up now, 2nd and 14. That's a tough play right there. FSK all over it.
Man, I'm not sure you can reverse your field there.
Eddie Andolina tried to, like you said, reverse the field. That's 21, Chris Thomas having nothing of it. And they're going to be third and a long way now for Winters Mill to try to get back past midfield with 9:20 to go.
It started out as good field
sure
position.
Did.
They've just gone backwards.
They sure have, yep. Third and long to try to get some of it back, and they may have lost more yards.
Good job by FSK's
That was a good
defense.
job. That was Nico Baez, their ball carrier. FSK's defense is standing tall right now. There's a 1st and 10, and to speak of defense, Kevin Poole tries the outside. That's Cam Reed, I believe, number 20. Yep. So it's a battle of this is your kind of game, Coach Kraus. Your kind of game. I was just trying to think of the words.
Battle of defenses and field position. Yep.
I remember a lot of these when you were at South Carroll.
Yeah,
well. These big zeros over the top of your
yeah.
heads.
We had the likes of Silas Kelly and Ryan Patrick. We had some really good defensive players that year. It was a good season.
A lot of shutouts.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Silas Kelly back there. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah. He got traded to Seattle in the XFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the offseason?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. St. Louis this past year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Miller going to throw.
Good.
Oh, I thought that was going to be intercepted. Intended for Akinboye, and that's Jordan Hughes again. So Bernie Kuntz's defensive lineup here doing a really good job against Liberty's offense. It's going to be who can make the first play or who makes the first mistake.
Yeah. We saw one turnover, but it didn't amount to much. But
right. Yeah, the interception. Now we got 3rd and long for Liberty. Miller looking to throw it, and down he goes. Helmet comes off. Oh,
they're going to get a penalty. Yep.
Yeah, it might be a. I mean, it was a nice play by 33 to make the tackle. Nick Lopredo, I think maybe his hand got up against the face mask, and that'll be a unfortunate play for him and a good play. Liberty will take the penalty. Just one of those things, right?
That's an unfortunate play, yeah.
Hand gets up too high. And
player's in a good position. His hand gets stuck in a bad spot.
Right. Now, if the helmet comes off like that, Miller doesn't have to come out for a play,
No,
does he?
not if it's pulled off by the opponent.
Okay. If it comes off inadvertently, you got to come out.
Correct.
Got it.
Big Sam, the umpire.
Yep, marking off the penalty. That's going to get them down near the 15-yard line. So an unfortunate penalty there. The 3rd and 15 becomes a 1st and 10 for the Lions. Here comes Poole, up try the near side. Knocked out of bounds, but pretty good pickup. I'm pretty sure that was on the 1st down, so I think it'll be 2nd down here.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think they're having some trying to get the scoreboard figured out there on down and distance. I mean, unless I obviously was
1st and 2nd and 1. Yep.
yeah, 2nd and 1. Okay, I was going to say unless that face mask didn't give him a 1st down, but I think it did. I thought the referee signaled 1st down. It's all right, they'll figure it out. Back to FSK we go. We mentioned that after a couple nice plays by Key's defense, it backed them up. There's Paris Lee again, and not much going on. So really a slog here in the middle of a really good defensive effort there at Winters Mill and FSK. Back to Liberty. Here's Chase Miller with the ball in his hands. He finds Akinboye. He's out of bounds. Boy, inside the 10, I believe. There's a flag there. I'm looking at the flag on the far sideline.
There is a flag on the far side.
Back to Key. Looks like they're going to be in punt formation and maybe see a punt from Camden Cook. He gets it away.
The Nebraska commit.
That's
Camden
right.
Cook.
Isn't that fun to say? Kind of cool to say.
Definitely. Coming out of Carroll County. That's awesome.
Yep.
Extra 25.
So right around the 25, if I heard correct, FSK's offense will take over. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. No score, and both quarters moving along here pretty quickly. I don't try not to jinx it, but I can't jinx it if I'm not there, right? If you're there, you jinx it. If you're not there, it's good. You never want to say, this one's going so fast, and then you're there for 4 more hours. So
You really got to like what Key's done on defense here.
yeah. And Winters Mill too, but Winters Mill coming in at 2-0, and FSK looking for that first win. There's a good run by number 7. That's not Ben Stevens, but 3. That's Jermaine Dawson. So Stevens, the quarterback, handing off to Dawson. Dawson played a little quarterback last year for Key too at times. So David Cunningham, he liked who he had. He liked his core last year, coach, and he got almost all of them back this year. And you added Keandre Grooms. He liked what he had coming into this season in terms of talent.
Yeah, speaking to him in 707, he was looking forward to camp and getting another year with these seniors. He's got all his whole offensive line, I believe, is back. A lot of his skill players are back with the addition of Groom. So yeah,
There's a nice pitch and catch to Jermaine Dawson. That'll be a first down. Let's take a look at the players to watch. We had set up, going into this game between Winters Mill and Key. I wanted to highlight the quarterbacks. Caleb Kraus of Winters Mill and Ben Stevens of FSK. And you can see, Caleb hasn't really had to throw the ball too much. He's got over 120 yards rushing, and he's got 3 rushing touchdowns. Ben's done a little bit of both. He's thrown the ball. He threw the ball well in that first game and scored a rushing touchdown himself. They're both looking for their first passing touchdown.
yeah, Winters Mill is kind of relying on the ground game a little bit more right now.
They are. Yeah, they are. Especially in a game like this, the ground game could be
Absolutely.
pretty important.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 9 now for FSK. The Key FSK and Winters Mill last year. Winters Mill 20, FSK 0 back on September 16th, almost a year ago. They played this game. There's a wide open pass over the middle. Number 24, Brandon Haven. Big first down for FSK. So the Eagles moving the ball, Coach.
Yep.
Inside Falcons territory. At the 45-yard line.
In Winters Mill territory.
Yep. A couple nice big passing plays there by Stevens. So, yeah, you're right. You got the passing game of Key, which we've been used to them for years, wing T, like you mentioned. And now we've got the ground game from Winters Mill. Back to throw. He's got a man out of there in the flat. Boy, wide open again.
That was a great job by Stevens to find the open receiver.
Peyton Rhodes, Jr., number 22 at the catch. Now screen on that first down. You see Matt Miller barking some instructions to the defense, trying to shore things up. Stevens got him on the ropes here right now.
Yeah, somebody lost coverage in the flats there.
Yep. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Both teams looking for their first points.
See Key keep doing what they were doing, mixing it up. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass. There you go.
That's Grooms up the middle. He's met by 24, Tommy Hinkhouse, and 71, Victor Tejada. Another sophomore, by the way, 71. They have some big sophomores there on the end of the line. Brangle and you mentioned Brangle, and there's another one, Victor Tejada. So, but a good run by Grooms. They definitely want to have established that ground game so far, but they're mixing in some passes here on this drive.
Yeah, well, that kind of play keeps your linebackers honest too.
Right.
That opens up that space. There's 24.
And that sets this play up.
Off the edge.
Here comes Stevens around the edge, and he might have got a first down. Well, Key definitely their best drive of the game so far.
Gaining some confidence.
How hard is it for a defense coach when you've got the quarterback? And we talked about this with Tyrese Walker at Westminster. Ben Stevens can make you miss, and he can get out around the edge. It's got to drive a defense crazy when you're doing all the right things, and then there goes a quarterback for 7, 8, 9 yards.
Absolutely. And you wanna really come down on your edge player because you really can't give up that edge. Once you give up that edge, if you're in coverage, any kind of man coverage, he's just running open grass. So it's a patient run there.
It was, yeah, trying to wait for some blocks to develop, and not much doing. All right, back to Liberty, 2nd and 3. Oh, Miller Oh, incomplete at the goal line.
This pass.
Herndon on defense,
Dangerous throw.
trying to throw it to Poole. James Herndon always around the ball, whether he's on offense or defense for Man Valley. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 3 from about the 5-yard line. It's been a long drive here for Liberty, trying to punch it in for their first points of the game. Man Valley's defense doing a good job keeping them in check. Now Miller has Mason Ambrose behind him as a running back. Looked like some movement.
Yep, I'll give him half the distance.
Oh, you think it was on defense?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe.
I think that's what made the lineman move.
Okay,
I don't know. Sam's talking about it.
Tell him, Sam. When you see that, you know they're going to figure it out, right? Because
definitely.
One guy saw one thing, one guy saw another.
That's just good coordination between the referees. Offsides, yep.
On Man Valley.
You're right. So that moves the Lions inside the 5. 3rd and 3, or at least let's get some closer, I should say. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2 now. It's called 3rd and 2, 7:15 to go. Oh, ball. Loose ball. Who's got it? Bad snap. Did Liberty get it back? Boy, Man Valley had a chance at it.
They sure did. That's something that we practiced at South Carroll every week. We called it the dig drill. And, referees give them, all the credit in the world, but, it takes them a couple seconds to get in there. That ball could change hands 2 or 3 times. I remember Coach Mack used to talk all the time, just keep digging until you get pulled off.
It was Mason Ambrose, number 3 for Liberty. A big job getting the ball back. Sets up a 4th down, but instead of turning it over, he's got the ball back.
And they're going for it.
Oh, yeah, I would think they would. Deep is their best, penetration here so far in this long drive. They want to definitely cap this with some sort of points. But 4th and 2, first things first, gotta get the first down. Miller gonna hand it to Ambrose up the middle, and he is in. Mason Ambrose, senior running back. The first points in this game go to the Lions. Nice job by them to finish that drive, and a great job by Ambrose to cover that fumble.
Yeah, for sure.
On a bad snap. So Liberty strikes first, rather, and 6-0, waiting for the Mike Martin PAT attempt. It's a good drive by Liberty. Long drive. Converted the 4th down, went for it a couple times there. Got benefited by the penalty, but still the one was 4th and short just there, and it was an Ambrose touchdown run. So here's Martin's extra point.
It's good.
Looks good. So just under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Liberty 7, Man Valley 0. Let's get back over to FSK, where the Eagles face a 4th and 9, but they have the offense on the field.
26, 25-yard line.
Stevens going to try to run for it, pitches it out to Grooms, and Winters Mill's defense was on it. I see Hinkhouse again, and 21, Dallas Poole, rather, I should say, covering on that sideline. Looked like maybe a jailbreak there or something. Winters Mill had some guys covered, and Stevens trying to make a play, pitch it to Grooms, but a little bit of an errant pass. But you give it to the Falcons in their own territory, so I'll turn it over on downs. You never want to see it, but it's not like you turned it over.
No, he tried a little Patrick Mahomes flip there. It didn't work out. Now you've got Winters Mill with 3 minutes to go in the half. Let's see what they can do here.
Seems like it only works for Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No.
It's not just me, huh?
No.
All right, 1st and 10. There's Crouch. Going to hand off to Lee, and Winters Mill, or FSK's defense, rather, been doing a really good job containing Winters Mill's running attack.
Yes, they have.
Back to Liberty now, and Man Valley has the ball up near midfield here. At least up past the 40. That was 14, Isaiah Farabee on the run.
It'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down for the Lions. Let's go back to FSK. See if the Eagles can keep Winters Mill in this end. There's a pass out in the fly. Trying to get it to number 9, Andalina, and FSK's defense. They wanted that one back. Was that Toby Adelaja, number 20?
Yeah, it sure was. He wants that one in his hands again.
He almost made a heck of a play.
Yep.
5 minutes to go now at Liberty. Lions lead 7-0. 3rd and 4. Magan throws to the near side, the far side, complete it to Herndon, and I think that's a first down.
Yep. That's a good design play.
It was.
Held the linebackers in check.
Receiver just turns and faces the quarterback and gets the quick, easy catch. So 3rd and 9 now back at FSK for Winters Mill. Crouch going to keep it himself. Stumbled a little bit, got a couple yards out of that, but I don't think that's enough for a first down. And Crouch and the Falcons, I believe, will be in punt formation. All right, 1st and 10 now, back at Liberty. Under 4.5 to go. There's Farabee, number 14. With a run to the right side, cuts it back in, run to the left side, and cut it back in. A couple yards there early. So Man Valley, Liberty deferred, so I would think Liberty's going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So if you're Man Valley here, you want to try to answer on this drive and try to tie things up. I want to thank you and welcome you if you're just getting here. CMSportsNet Game of the Week broadcast, special multi-game coverage. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus with you from the CMC studios. We sit back and get to watch a couple of Carroll County football games. Not a bad Thursday night. Clock ticking here, under 3:40 to go here and at the Liberty game. 2nd and 6 for Man Valley, and
Man Valley's going to
Man
call
Valley called a timeout, I believe. So Bernie Kuntz wanted to talk it over there. So the first timeout for Man Valley. Let's go back over to FSK and Winters Mill. 2 minutes to go in their first half. There's a run on the right side there. Give that carry to Grooms, and under 2 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Looks like both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. And still looking for the first points of the game in this one. Clock running. FSK at the 41-yard line on offense. That's Grooms. Run to the left. And Winters Mill again. These runs aren't going for more than 3 and 4 yards at a time.
Yeah.
Both defenses
have played very
doing
solid.
a really good job, yeah. Key hit a couple plays over the air, through the air.
Looks like Key's going to call a timeout here.
Yep, and that would appear so with 1:16 to go. That'll be their first, it looks like. So 2 more here, as you see offensive coordinator and the coaching staff talking to the offense. Let's go back to Liberty here while we were in the timeout. The Mavericks trying to get on the board with some points on this drive before the half with 3 minutes to go. Magan pass. Complete to Herndon. Nice catch there. Couple yards for sure. Clock runs. Inside the inside the 35-yard line, rather down to the 34.
Ball is at the 34-yard line.
Clock runs here. 2:30 to go in the first half. You see Larry Luth there on the sideline. In his 11th season as Lions head coach, done a really good job.
He's done a great job.
Taking them to the playoffs now. Even with years past when not everybody went and made some playoff runs. Up the middle run, there goes Farabee. Ooh, tripped up right before he got to the 15-yard line or the 10-yard line. Nice job by Farabee, though, to set him up in good position. So Man Valley on the move. Let's go back down to Key. 3rd and short. Larry's had some quarterbacks, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Nathan Kent, Jack Pelliciotti. Here's a pass out to the near side
first.
to Dawson. He got a first down and more. So nice job on 3rd and 2.
Yeah. Nice
1:09 to go.
Boy, if Key can put some points on the board here and go into halftime up, that's going to mean a lot for them.
Sure will. Especially in this defensive struggle where both defenses have played really well.
Yes.
Whoever cracks here first could go a long way toward deciding the game. But first down inside Winners Mill territory. Stevens
Got him.
coming back to make the catch. A nice catch made by number 6, Colton Feister. Inside the 10 or at the 10. He is fired up, and it's a 1st and goal for Key. You mentioned it, Coach, trying to make something happen through the air.
Great adjustment on the ball in the air by number 6.
We got whistles and maybe somebody down back behind the play. But, yeah, great job by Feister, number 6.
Yep.
4 catches and 79 yards for the young man in week 1.
You know, and you're not going to harp on your defense there because he was in good play. It was just he made the adjustment on the football.
Came back to the ball, yeah. And that winds the clock, but they're in good shape with 1 minute to go and goal to go, I believe, right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what they can do here. Stevens set up with Grooms to his right. Grooms helps block. Stevens, incomplete pass. Pressure there by Winters Mill's defense. That's been the story of this first half, Coach.
Yeah, quarterbacks haven't had much time to throw the football, find their receivers.
Second and 10 from the 10. Now Grooms is going to go to Stevens' left.
Trips to the rear side.
The pitch is to Grooms. He finds a little space, and he's gone. Keandre Grooms, a touchdown run for the Eagles. And they strike first at home with 30 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and you can hear that Uniontown crowd. They're behind their team.
Yes, they are. They usually are. And FSK leads 6-0. Pretty nice drive by Key with, of course, the big pass catch by Feister there to set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, what I liked was the mix of pass and run.
Yeah, no doubt. Kicking this is Andrew Vogel, number 55. Feister will be the holder. We'll see if Key can go up by 7.
That's pretty deep.
Ooh, low kick. Did it go over the bar?
Nope.
It did not. The kicker looked a little deep on the...
He looked a little deep, yeah.
Just didn't get air on it, though. But look, here we go back to Liberty, and Man Valley is down near the goal line on a 3rd and 1 as the clock ticks with 30 seconds to go. The pitch is to Farabee, and he is into the end zone, Let's see. Yep.
I don't think so.
No, he did not
First
get
down.
in. Clock is stopped. He only needed 1 yard to get a first down. Man Valley, I believe, is not going to be a 1st and goal. We'll go back to that in a second, but 30 seconds left in this half here, and Key leads Winters Mill 6-0. How much does that do? What does that do for their confidence?
That's
FSK,
huge.
that first
That's huge
touchdown?
getting the first points on the board. Yep. Winters Mill's got to be able to, stay confident. They're on the road. It's their first true test of being behind, so we'll see what they're made of. Great job by Key, though. Great job.
And with 30 seconds left, I don't think we'll see an answer right away from Winters Mill, but Matt Miller will have some things to say at halftime, try to get things going.
Yeah, he's got a great staff, and they'll make their adjustments.
So here's the kick off from Key. Keeps it low and drills it. That's Dallas Poole, 21. Had a big week last week against Seed School on offense and gets it up to the 30-yard line, past the 30-yard line. All right, here we go. It should be 1st and goal here from the 1 for Man Valley, trying to punch it in. It's Maggin. He's got to get behind those big fellas, and I think that'll do it. He's in there. I didn't see a signal, but it looks like they're in. Man Valley touchdown.
That's a great answer by Man Valley's offense.
Sure was. Milked the clock down to the final 30 seconds.
Yep.
Got the first down, then punched it in for a 1-yard touchdown.
Let's see if they play it safe here or they try to put the ball up in the air.
can't recall who won the toss or who deferred. I think Key got the ball first, so I would think that means that Winters Mill would get it in this third quarter, but we'll find out. 24 seconds to go, and it's going to be a run by Crouch. Oh, nice yards there. That's a first down run from the quarterback, Caleb Crouch. Definitely gets him out of harm's way, that's for sure.
Got a flag.
There's a flag, though.
It's going to be against Key, I believe. Somebody might have said something.
Was it a dead ball after the play?
Looked like it. If that's
We'll come back to it. There's the extra point attempt for Man Valley.
good kick.
Braden Fritz. If he's related to Harrison Fritz, he's a good kicker because he was one heck of a kicker for Man Valley. I'm assuming that's his younger brother. But anyway, that's 7-7 then with 20 seconds to go. Man Valley and Liberty. So a couple of good games here as we kick off week 3. 20 seconds left here, and Liberty gets the ball to start the third quarter. I would think Coach Luth and his charges would play it safe.
Yeah, I would think so. Unless they got a really big run back.
Correct.
Might take a chance to throw it out.
Special teams is obviously, you said, important part of the game. We saw another kickoff last week. We saw one in week 1 against Westminster and Franklin. We've seen some nice plays today on special teams, on some kick returns and some run backs. So it gets overlooked, but you can't stress enough. I know we talk about it a lot. You can't.
As a coach, you don't overlook it.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't stress enough the importance of what the kids can do on special teams.
You try to talk to your players and convince your players it's as important as any other play on the field.
Good kick. There's a kick. Looks like Kevin Pooh's got it, number 7. He made one man miss. Not a bad run back for Kevin Poole.
You got to make that tackle by the edge guy.
Took 10 seconds off the clock, and I think if you're Liberty, we'll see here, but I would think that Coach Luth would take a knee and talk it over in the first half.
Personal foul, face mask on the Mavericks.
So the ball must have been a penalty after the play.
Must have been,
Coach, up near midfield. I still don't think that changes your mind with 10 seconds left, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Of course, you could give one shot at it from midfield and maybe catch a penalty. I don't
Might.
know. What would you do here?
Number 7, I'm taking a knee.
Number 7, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Yep, number 17 down the edge here has
17.
some great
Yeah,
length.
he does. Oh, look at this. So what do we know? And that was probably the wise thing to do there. Throw out of bounds. No intentional grounding when you get out of the pocket, obviously.
That's right.
In high school. I mean, you run the play. If you see a guy that gets space, throw it up, right? The worst thing that could happen is a pick, and then that's probably the end of the half. So,
Right.
but like you said, you take a knee.
Yeah, because, if somebody picks the ball off and you're downfield, there's a lot of space, a lot of green.
There's just danger there.
Yep.
Looks like now they're going to be in a
Now they're gonna
safer
take a knee,
formation
yeah.
here, yeah. Going to take us, looks to be going to take us to the half, and there's a knee nailed down by Miller. And so we have reached halftime at Liberty Bowl in Eldersburg. Man Valley 7, Liberty 7. Pretty good first half. Both teams had good long drive, and Man Valley answered Liberty's. And so pretty competitive game like we kind of thought it would be in Eldersburg.
Yeah, I kind of expected that, to be honest with you.
You liked the way Man Valley answered that drive
Yes,
by Liberty.
most definitely. Yeah, I mean, they didn't shudder from coming back and staying within their game. They threw the football, they ran the ball, got behind their offensive line.
And they had a chance there on their defense to make a play on that snap, and they didn't get it. Liberty scores, they don't let it go, so don't let it get to them. Here's the final play, I believe, of the first half, and that pass was underthrown, and that's Ben Stevens running out of bounds to end the first half, and a pretty good first half for Francis Scott Key.
Yeah, really. Uniontown's got to be pretty uprising right there right now.
Pretty pumped up. I mean, that's Winters Mill got the ball inside Key territory. Could have made a play. And Key trotting off the field, feeling pretty good about itself after one half. And I talked to Coach Miller, Matt Miller of Winters Mill, talked to both coaches, but he was certainly not taking anything away from FSK and looking past them. But he was concerned about their athletes, and right now the athletes are showing up on the field.
Yeah, I talked to him as well, and he was definitely, he was giving all the kudos to Key and their ability to play good defense. He was a little bit worried about the fact that, their first two opponents, maybe they weren't the same level, so
Caliber,
he knew it was going to be a good Key game at their field. So
when you come off, you beat Williamsport, which is a good team in week one. Seed school, maybe not the same level as the other ones, and they took care of business there. You don't want that trap game. Oh, Key, quote unquote, Key's not good. We can beat these guys. Not saying that's what they think, but you want to avoid that, right?
Yeah, I think their kids are kids, and they know what Key's quality of play has been the last couple of years. So. They may have been looking past them a little bit, but, now after the first half, now they're going to know they got to come out and play the second half.
Yeah. We got some competitive games here going on. 7-7, Man Valley and Liberty in Eldersburg. 6-0 FSK over Winters Mill. Both games have reached the half. Coach Kraus, when you have the lead like that and you're Key at home, you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, but if you're Coach Cunningham, what are you talking to your guys about? How they stayed with themselves, and like you said, they made some plays through the air, and their ground game got moving as well.
Yeah, I think that they haven't made any mistakes. Right. So I think that's what he's going to preach at halftime. Stay within yourself. Stay within the game plan. The structure of the defense has done the job against the run against Winters Mill. So he's going to tell them to keep doing what they've been doing, and hopefully they'll come out on top.
And Man Valley Liberty, we saw Man Valley answer, but we talked about Liberty life after Jack Pelishati and what they can do. What have you seen from Chase Miller? We've seen a little bit of their short passing game has been good, maybe not the long passes as much. Is that their MO right now without Seth Jacobs helping them in the backfield to sort of keep it simple almost, not taking anything away from their guys? But
yeah, I would think so. I would think what we've seen so far, they're going to come out and do pretty much the same thing the second half. Not put too much emphasis on their vertical passing game, stay within the context of the short passing game and move the chains.
Of course, we don't forget we'll have coverage of Westminster and South Carroll tomorrow from Parker Field. I know Coach Kraus will be at the game, interested in the game, and of course we got the second half of these games coming up next. So we got plenty more to get to. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half of Man Valley Liberty and Winters Mill FSK.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast, presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
As we begin the school year, 25,000 students will be returning to Carroll County Public Schools. While this is an exciting time for those of us in the school system, we do want to remind the community that our number one priority is keeping our students safe. The activity level on and around the roads increases greatly at this time. There are buses on the roads as well as students walking to and from their bus stops. In addition, traffic patterns change when buses are on the roads. Buses will be making frequent stops, and drivers must obey school bus stop laws. To protect our students, we have installed stop arm cameras on all of our buses. We need motorists to be aware and to be more patient to ensure the safety of our students. Let's keep our students safe, and let's have a great school year.
welcome back. We're halftime, as you see, Liberty and Man Valley in Eldersburg as Lions marching band on the field. Welcome back, CMSportsNet. Multi-game coverage, game of the week, football, week 3. Mike Kraus and Pat Stoetzer with you here, watching Liberty and Man Valley and Wintersville and FSK. Coach, we're going to see some highlights here in the first half. Before we do, just your thoughts about how well that both teams have played each other, all 4 teams have played each other here so far.
Good defense, good defensive plans, good defensive play. Not sloppy football, minimizing the turnovers and penalties. They've been pretty clean games.
Only one turnover per side, and neither of them came up to hurt anybody. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the first half of between Man Valley and Liberty. And we talked about Chase Miller, the quarterback, just trying to do what he can to sort of pick up where Jack Pelishati left off. And a little bit of trouble connecting on some passes early on, but Liberty did move the ball pretty well, I thought, especially on this long drive here in the second. This was a big play,
That was a big play, yes. Man Valley made a big mistake there.
Loprito gets the sack, but also has a personal foul.
Yes.
And then you have the touchdown from Mason Ambrose, who came in, do a good job on defense and offense. Mike Martin had the extra point, was good, and then Man Valley responded the way you thought they would.
Yeah, Liberty's they're not gonna like that film watching. They had him stopped. They could have wrapped him up.
Converted a 4th and short, and then Gene Magin from 1 yard out to get him within 1, and the extra point was good by Fritz, and it was 7-7 late in that half. The film, you mentioned the film in terms of that you saw Fairview on that long run. Is this something that a guy missed an assignment there?
I think he just didn't wrap, It's just something that you practice every week. You practice your tackling drill, and, he just didn't get his hands wrapped around him and grab cloth where help could come, So
Liberty benefited from that penalty. They got him into better scoring position, and they scored a touchdown. But what do you want to see more out of Liberty in the second half that you just haven't seen so far?
Well, with the loss of Seth, Jacobs, I would like to see them probably do what we were talking about earlier, just a short passing game. Even if they get the quarterback out of the pocket, and just drop it off to him. It's move the chains, be methodical in that way.
Yeah, they did have a good job with their receivers getting out in the flat and creating some space for their quarterback. Then we're going to go ahead and take in the first half highlights from Wintersville and FSK now in Uniontown. It was been a good game on both sides. Take a look at this. Was pretty much a defensive struggle for almost the entire first half, Coach.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about how both these teams played on defense.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Absolutely,
yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
See Ben Stevens here, the quarterback for Key, and uses his legs. We talked about this earlier in the first half. Nice job there. Absorbed the hit.
Yep.
Still got the first down, and he can do a little bit of everything. And this was a nice play, though, by Wintersville's defense. Tommy Hinkhouse, number 24, a junior. Here's the last play one of the last plays of the half. Great catch there by Colton Feister to set up 1st and goal. Got down to the 10, and I believe Grooms ran it in from there.
Yeah, you see 2 Wintersville defenders in the area.
Yeah.
The receiver just made a great change on the ball. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also the fact that a big play there. They scored the first points, missed the extra point. We talked about this last couple of times. We'll see how it goes in the second half, where that might loom large.
Yeah, because again, we talked about it on Monday. You're going to chase that point. If Wintersville, gets a chance to get on the board, and they get the extra point, now you're down.
Right.
Right. You're not satisfied. You're not happy with the loss of that point.
You want points where you can get them, and they want the touchdown. They got it, but like you said, 7's always better than 6.
Definitely.
Before we get back into the second half action, we want to take a look at the most recent CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. Didn't go that far away. We went down to Westminster and checked in with a really good football player. Had a really good game last week. Wintersville, Dallas Pool. Let's take a listen at the CMSportsNet and a look at the game of the Athlete of the Week. This week's CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Dallas Pool, Wintersville football. Dallas ran for more than 100 yards, helped the Falcons to a big win over Seed School. Dallas, it was an unconventional week. You were supposed to play at their place on Thursday, and then it got moved to your place. Does that change the preparation at all, what you guys wanted to do, and go out there and change the game plan, or would you guys stick to the same plan?
No, we had the same game plan, just to execute, run the ball heavy, and dominate.
A lot of guys got a chance to play, and get to play a lot of minutes, and you were one of them, and took the opportunity. What's that like? Maybe you don't start every game, but you certainly want to get in there and play as many minutes as you can. When you're called upon, what's your mental preparation and your personal way you get ready to do what you did last week?
Yes. Well, just go out there, be the best I can, just do my job, and take the most of my reps.
What's it feel like to get a game like that under your belt early in the season? You guys got the win, and you also had a big game, led the team in rushing. It's a big confidence boost, I would think, going forward, because you're about to start playing county games and things like that.
Yes, sir. Just go out there, execute, build momentum off of this game, going into county like you said, and just try and go 9-0.
That's always the goal, right? It's been a long time since Winters Mill's 3-0. You get a chance this week coming up. I think Coach told me 2009, so way back before you guys were playing. 2 wins here, got things going on the right foot. You guys were competitive last year. What's the feeling like with the team as you guys get into this season, knowing what you want to accomplish?
We just want to be the best that we can be.
Welcome back. That was Dallas Poole, CM SportsNet Athlete of the Week. Let's go ahead and get into the second half action with Winters Mill and Francis Scott Key. And there's our kickoff there. So Key does get the ball to start the second half. And when you got a Camden Cook kicking the ball off, you can pretty much guarantee some touchbacks.
That is such a weapon. That is
Sure
really
is.
such a weapon.
Sure is.
I remember our good year when we went to the state finals against Dunbar. Bernard, he must have had 20 kicks in the end zone. It was tremendous.
You flip the field like that. You don't
Absolutely.
have to worry. But you almost never have to worry about
Your
it.
defense goes out there with such a step up. It's ridiculous.
So FSK starts at the 20. 1st and 10. 6-0 lead over Winters Mill. First play of the third quarter on offense anyway comes.
Spread with motion. Yep.
It is so weird and unique to see Key in these motions, these formations anyway they did.
Oh, yeah.
Normally you didn't used to be. Nice job coming back this side of the field. Oh, it might be a blindside block though. That ends that. Nice run there by 32, George Taku. We're going to get into the kickoff now between Man Valley and Liberty.
Welcome back, Lions fans. As we start this second.
I knew we'd have 2 competitive games here tonight, Coach.
Oh, I did
against
too.
Two teams or 4 teams, two sets of rivals just really get after it with each other every year.
Yeah, these a lot of these kids have played against each other in rec football for years. So there's a lot of competition going on the field here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Liberty kind of handled Man Valley last year in their game with each other, but I believe, I'm thinking back to 2 years ago, it went right down to the wire. It was a high-scoring affair. Last year's game, 42-14, Liberty won. Like we mentioned, they shared the county championship with Westminster and who was that other team? Oh yeah, South Carolina.
Yeah, right.
You remember that one.
Lions Man Valley took Franklin right to the end last year.
In the playoffs.
So, yeah.
In the playoffs, absolutely did. Another touchback there, so the ball, that was more of a kind roll. And the touchback there, so let's get back into FSK. Getting it back to, it was such a replay of the replay we saw earlier. We were trying to see who the block was. Well, we got a couple flags that came in on that play, so. All right, so let's check in with Liberty and Man Valley. And Man Valley has the ball first on offense, and good run there from 11, Kyle Robinson.
Shot by number 40, Nico Marsicano.
And I heard Nico Marsicano's name. He's one of their better defenders.
Yes.
Ball is going to be spotted at the Mavericks 27.
It's always guys flying to the ball in Larry Lute's middle of his defense. And defensive backs too, but Larry does a good job. I think Coach Lute does a good job of having his defenders really with a nose for the ball.
Yes.
I can think of McLean Butler from a couple years ago, really good linebacker.
I think he's been one of the best linebackers in our county ever. Just had a nose for the ball.
He really did. Great athlete, champion wrestler. All right, back over 3rd and 6 now, FSK. Ooh, Stevens going to keep it. He's got some receivers making some blocks. And Ben Stevens turning on some jets out past midfield. He did a great job of following his blockers.
Yes, he did.
His receivers did a good job containing, and Ben Stevens, sneaky good with the legs. I mean, not a guy we heard a lot of last year because he struggled a bit, but.
Well, I think his experience is going to pay off for him this year, yeah. He's going to have a lot more confidence. He's a senior.
Yep.
He is a team leader.
6'3", 180. He's got a good arm, and he's certainly got good legs. So a big first down into Winters Mill territory at the 40-yard line. He has done a good job moving the ball here tonight. And there's Taku again with maybe one-man miss. Number 8, Caleb Kraus was there to make a tackle.
Yards.
Yeah, you're right. Good yardage. Looking back to Liberty. Third down here early for Man Valley. Looks like third and short. And that handoff, I think it's enough. Liberty tripped him up a little bit there, but I believe 14, Isaiah Farabee got the first down. Almost tripped up, though, right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the offense staying on the field, so put his head down and got the yard.
Yep, chains are moving, so yeah, you're right. Good to get that early chain move and just relax, right? Because you scored the most recent touchdown, and you want to keep momentum going, right, Coach?
Oh, absolutely. And with the fact that they did get that last touchdown late in the half, getting the ball early here in the third.
That time, the run up the middle was stopped and stuffed by Liberty. I think I saw Kevin Kerr in 44 for Liberty in there in the mix. Another third down here for the Eagles, going up top and intercepted. And that's athlete of the week, Dallas Poole. So there you go. He's a starter on defense. They did a good job over the shoulder catch there on that ball by Stevens.
Yep.
So there's a turnover now for the Eagles. Let's see if Winters Mill can cash in on it. Back to Man Valley, and gang tackle there with a lot of guys in that pile. That was Kingston Canby. So Bernie Kuntz's offense is deploying a 2 and 3 back attack here too, with Canby, Robinson, and Farabee. Keep guys fresh. Gene Magan not going to run too much, I don't think, but they got 4 guys back there, 3 or 4 guys that can move the ball with their legs.
They're behind that big offensive line, man. That's
you and I might be able to get a yard too.
I might get a yard or two, yeah.
Maybe just a yard for me, but
77's a big dude.
He is a big guy. They got some big guys there. That's Logan Tasker at 6'3", 245. You got 78. Trent Long is listed at 6'1", and 220. And Gavin Blevins 6'5", 297.
Nice throw.
It was a good throw and catch up there midfield. James Herndon, their top receiver. They had receivers last year that were among the top in the county. I can think of Blake Ray had a really good season. Herndon played well last year, so they've got guys that can catch the ball now. They had changing the quarterback this year, of course, from Boog to Magan, so that's a transition. But so far, so good. And a nice catch there by Herndon. Let's get back into this game now at FSK, where Winters Mill trying to take advantage of that interception and pushing the pile. Pretty good run there on 2nd and 3. That might have been enough for a first down. It is. Yep. And that's what Winters Mill can do. They can run the ball well. As Caleb Crouch on the keeper there, I believe. So that's what if they want to get back in the game, they can try to stretch the game out and run the ball
what I like
effectively.
Specifically is the fact that they're not panicking and trying to go for a deep ball. They just stay within their game planning.
Right. Big fella there for Key coming off 75. Jacob Jones, 6'3", 260, 9th grader. It just ran off the field. I know that's what you wanted, right? The big boys, the 9th graders. Here's a pitch to Nico Baez, and not going anywhere. Give that credit tackle there to Chase Replogle, 34, a sophomore, 5'7", 170. David Cunningham's got a young group. I know he's got some established core, but I see a lot of sophomores and a couple even freshmen on this roster.
Yeah, he's going to like that play. That's a good job.
Let's go
Played
back.
leverage on the block.
Yeah. Back to Man Valley Liberty, 3rd and 4 for the Mavericks. The pitch is to Farabee. Does he have room? I think he got enough. He had to get to the 30 or the 41, and I think he got down to the 40. Oh, not bad. It spots back near the 41. So let's see if that was a stop or not. That was a 4th down. I thought he had enough, but I was wrong.
4th and 1, 4th and 2.
What do you do here if you're Bernie?
I think you go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With those big guys up front.
Yeah, I would.
Man, there's no way 78 is only 6'1", Trent Long.
Yeah, no way.
I think they got guys in the wrong numbers.
No way.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm looking at the wrong guy. I'm looking at the wrong side. 78's Cole Ciro. And he's got to be about 6'5" in that line. My apologies, I was looking at Liberty's roster for a split second there.
Get the first down.
They got it, yeah. Yeah, there's no way those guys are only 6'1".
No.
Bigger than me out there.
2 twin towers on each
Yeah,
edge.
77 and 78. That's Colton Nunn, 77, a sophomore, and Cole Ciro, a senior, number 78, on the ends of that line. And here's a sweep down to the left side, and a nice job by Mason Ambrose. Great job on the tackle. Otherwise, Isaiah Fairby was going to try to cut that back up and make some play. That's a huge tackle for loss for
That's
Liberty.
a great play by the Liberty defense, yep.
Mason Ambrose, senior, 6'2", 170, back to Winters Mill Key. There was some pressure on Crouch. He puts it up, and the catch is made. Out past the 40. Eddie Andolina with a nice catch there. Almost a crazy jailbreak play there by.
Yeah, the key defenders just lost the
sort
ball
of
in
stopped.
the air.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. They had pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
And Kraus was able to find a receiver, so credit him, and that's a big first down to get up near midfield. Call it the 42, 1st and 10, as we get close to 7 minutes to go in the third.
Inside reverse.
That's Dallas Poole. Nice run, actually. He almost lost a yard or two. And
a flag
I
late.
think I saw a flag come out, yes. Dallas Poole with the play up past the 45. But there is a flag on the play. Oh, sideline warning, possibly. I see the,
Yep, absolutely.
see the side judge.
They got us on that reverse last year, that inside Sally reverse, late in the game, and
Winters Mill
almost
did?
put it in. Yeah.
Oh, Winters Mill. They fought you
Winters
guys
Mill
down to the wire, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great football game.
Yeah, I feel like Winters Mill's record hasn't really shown that they've competed in
No,
a lot
it
of
hasn't.
these games.
It hasn't.
Not in recent years.
They've been in games and they've just lost by.
Yep.
Ooh.
Incomplete on a 3rd and long, and almost at least batted away by Michael Martin, number 5 for Liberty. That'll be a 4th and long. I would imagine that's punt range, and we got an injured player here, so Coach Luth will walk out there and tend to his guy, and here's a 3rd and 5 now with 6.5 left, right around the 48-yard line. So another big play coming up for Winters Mill. Glad you're with us on CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Special multi-game coverage here.
Might look for Crouch keeping it here.
2-down territory even, too, at this stage of the field, this part of the field. We'll see. It's going to be, you're right, going to be Crouch with Poole in front of him, and got up past the 50, but needed to get a little more than that. It might be short.
It's going to be 4th and 2, 4th and 1.
Chris Thomas looks like he's celebrating a tackle. And let's see what Coach Matt Miller does on 4th and short. Oh, they say 2. Yeah, it's 4th and 2. Now you've got Cook as a weapon.
Yeah.
You could pin him deep.
Might look for the hard count here.
I think you go for it. It looks like they're going for it. $5:15 to go, third quarter. 4th and 1.
Tried.
I think he got him.
Yep.
You're right. It's like, almost like you've done this before, Coach.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
Now-
Key's playing with a lot of energy, so
are.
that's
Smart.
a chance to get him
Yeah,
jumping. Yep.
Yeah, you're right, and that's always a tough one. I always feel it makes me a little tense because you're so amped on offense too. You don't want the offense to
Yes.
jump while you're doing the hard count. So, good job by them to stay still and Key committed the penalty, unfortunately. So,
Yep.
1st and 10 now, under 5 to go at the 44-yard line, and the Falcons are officially on the move here. And that play blown up by FSK.
Yeah.
Been a lot of that on both sides tonight. Both defenses really doing well within themselves.
I'm really impressed with all 4 defenses of the games here tonight being disciplined on the edges. They've done a good job. Seen a couple guys try to cut back. A couple guys have to stick their foot in the ground and turn it back inside.
Back to Liberty, the Lions have been far there in, but there's a breakaway.
Oh, you don't ever stop.
Kevin Poole, nice job by Poole. Getting up to near the 30-yard line. Who stopped, the defender?
No, running back.
Oh,
You don't ever
okay,
stop.
okay.
You just keep on going. You get what you can. At least that's what we tell our guys. Or tell our guys. Good run, though. Gets them out of the shadow of their end zone, so now it opens up the book a little bit.
First down now, Liberty getting close to the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes to go, rather, in the third quarter. And there's a flag, and I think Man Valley might have jumped. At least Man Valley's sideline didn't like that. They're already marking it off, so. That'll be a 1st and 5.
Yep.
For the Lions.
This is a down where maybe you take a shot, too.
Yeah. 4.5 to go
Special
here.
play.
I think it's 1st and 5.
Should be, yes.
After that. Yep. It's 4:20 and counting.
Jet.
That's Akinboye. He's got room. Akinboye.
He's gone.
He turns on the Jets. Akinboye, 10-5. Touchdown. David Akinboye. 5'8", 145-pound junior, using his speed on that one, Coach.
Nice job, yes. Liberty's always been solid with that jet sweep. They've had some really good players
I
there.
was just going to say, they've run it for years, and Sam Evans would run it a little bit. That's always dangerous. And with 4:02 to go, Liberty takes a lead. Benefits on that 5-yard penalty, but wouldn't have mattered on that one with Akinboye finding all that room to run. And good job by Liberty on opening that hole there on the left side. All right, Winters Mill now back to a 1st and 15.
Inside key territory.
Inside key territory. 3:24 to go. Crouch over the middle. Oh, intercepted. Intercepted, a little underthrown. Is that Ben Stevens again? It sure is. Did he stay in bounds? Oh, they're going to blow it dead.
So, no.
Ben Stevens was trying to make that a true pick 6. That's 2 interceptions now for Stevens.
He's just playing center field back there, reading the quarterback's eyes.
He was. So that's going to be, I'm going to say that we'll see where they mark him off. Maybe he stepped out around midfield, but either way, huge play there, and that's another turnover.
Change of momentum
Change
there,
of momentum. Winters Mill was going in to score. Or getting close to the red zone. Instead, right around midfield. Looks like just inside Winters Mill territory with 3:09 to go. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm flipping around the other side, close to midfield for FSK. Call it to 47. We'll see if Key can make him pay. Nothing doing on that play. More strong defense.
Yeah, Winters Mill's going to need their defense to step up here.
Yep. All right, 4:02 to go in Liberty and Man Valley game in the third quarter, and that's a big kick by Martin, but inside the goal line. And that's James Herndon. Pretty good run back for number 3, James Herndon. At least gets him out of the shadow of the end zone. So we'll see if Man Valley can answer again.
Yes.
Man Valley. Second and 11. Grooms, a lot of room to run on this side. He comes toward his home sideline, makes 2 guys miss, and is inside the 40.
It's a first down.
Caleb Kraus and Nico Baez make the tackle, but not before Keandre Grooms rumbles for a first down. And Key's in business again.
Falcons got to be a little shocked right now.
I believe so.
You know, their offense hasn't been able to really sustain anything on the ground. And, Key's got the lead here late in the third. Looks like we got a player down.
Looks like it, yeah. They're going to call for water there, but Stevens makes the interception, and now Stevens has the offense on the move inside the 40. Let's go back to Liberty and Man Valley. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Maggin, a busted play maybe.
Yeah.
Yep, nowhere to go, and he wisely holds on to it, but he has to absorb a big hit. There's Kevin Kern again, number 44 for Liberty. Only a sophomore, 5'10", 190. I've seen him and heard his name a couple times there. You see him celebrate that play with teammate Noah Talford, number 65. There have been several players on all 4 teams that have really played well defensively and done a good job.
You're absolutely correct.
Individual plays and just good.
I'm impressed with the Stevens kid from Key.
Yeah, Ben Stevens.
Definitely.
Like you said, it's good to have that veteran. Farabee was running up the middle. We'll get back to that in a second. Let's go back to Stevens. He flings it and completes it to number 11, Mitchell Smith. Enough for a first down. It's a nice little flick of the wrist there for
I thought he was going to the receiver in front of him.
Me too.
First, yeah.
Mitchell Smith, if not his first catch, one of his first of the game, and that's a 1st and 10 now. They've got Winners Mill on their heels. Groom's nothing really doing there, and good pursuit by Baez. He's one of their top tacklers from a year ago, number 2. Nico Baez, a senior, 5'11", 190 at linebacker and running back. All right, back to Liberty, 3rd and 4. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Maggin wants to throw it, and it's incomplete. Herndon thought he caught it. Officials say otherwise, and I think that's an incomplete pass. Yep, so 4th down coming up there. All right, 2nd and 10, under 120 to go. Stevens, nice
I was
fake.
just going to say, you got that
That was a good fake.
Keying on Grooms, and then he pulls it. Yep.
Good fake. Dallas Poole, 21, made the tackle, but not before Stevens rumbled for a positive yardage. Yeah, for sure. Now we're under 1 minute. Got Taku again, a sophomore on his left-hand side, running back. Under 50 seconds to go. This time they sniffed it out. That's quarterback to quarterback right there. Caleb Kraus on defense, making sure Ben Stevens had nowhere to go. And now you got a 4th down play coming up. So we'll see what Coach Cunningham has in store. If I'm him, I might let the clock run out maybe. And
if you have that opportunity, I would. Yes.
Right, in the first half and start of the 4th quarter. As we motor through these third quarters here. 4th and 5. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if they call a play or let it tick down. Oh, they won't have to worry about it. And so 4th and 5, if it's a true 4th and 5, that could be a first down by penalty. Let's see.
I know our defensive line coach, Gavin, would practice that all season long. Watch the ball, earmuffs. It was huge.
Earmuffs. Well, it was a first down, and I think the clock is about to wind, and that will probably be the last play of that quarter.
Yes.
So we got a good one shaping up there in the 4th quarter, and this one with 2 minutes or so to go is also a good one. Liberty 14, Man Valley 7, as Kevin Poole carries there for the Lions. Not much doing there, thanks to parts number 55, Aiden Turner, one of Man Valley's interior linemen. So 2nd and 7 coming up now for the Lions. Akambuye again with a carry. So they're using their receivers as ball carriers, and that's, I think part of that is that's the play they run. Maybe another part of it is there's no Seth Jacobs to really carry the load.
Right.
Yeah. But kudos to them. I mean, Akinboye with that 40-plus yard touchdown sprint earlier in the quarter. Let's go back here. So, it backed them up a lot. This might have been a big penalty here. They were down inside the 20. Took the field. They're out past the 35. So, yeah. So it was a 1st and 33 according to the scoreboard. Stevens got some of that back. Well, they got a good chunk of it back. According to this, can't really tell what down it is, but yeah. All right, Stevens to Grooms, up the middle. Ooh, making some guys miss. Into the backfield, defensive backfield. He's all the way down inside the 15, I think.
Good run on his part.
That was a great run.
Through a hand tackle.
Hinkhouse's name again. They called his name a lot today on defense for Winters Mill. Tommy Hinkhouse, a 6'2", 180-pound junior defensive end. He's played some special teams as well. Looks like a 3rd down now. They might have fixed the scoreboard, so 3rd and 8. It's Grooms again, busting up the middle.
4th and 3, maybe?
Got some yards out of it, yeah, for sure. 4 or 5 on that pickup, right up the gut.
He looks like maybe they found something there up the middle.
You're right.
Some of Winters Mill's interior defensive linemen getting a little tired, getting pushed back.
Stevens steps up to throw, incomplete. And that will turn it over on downs. Not sure there was a man. I mean, a good job coverage by Winters Mill there, but had that played, Stevens had plenty of time to throw it.
Yeah, and then he ran the ball all the way down the field. I'm not sure that was a good call.
Here's back to Liberty, and Chase Miller is going to throw this ball up, and I believe it's going to be intercepted. Camera, a little move there, but it was an interception by number 20, Cam Reed of Man Valley. So that's what Man Valley needed at the end of this quarter here.
Yep.
Is pressure on Miller, Liberty's quarterback, and a nice job by Cameron Reed, senior linebacker, doing a good job there on defense, or defensive back.
That's where that quarterback experience comes into play, man.
Absolutely.
When you know that you're running around like that, unless somebody really breaks wide open, you got to get that ball out of your hands and get it out of bounds.
And here's a good run here by Caleb Kraus, number 8, quarterback. Again, like we said, he definitely uses his legs to his advantage. And he picked up a 1st down to get themselves out of their own end zone up to the 25-yard line. So Winters Mill trying to make something happen here. Under 10 to go already in the 4th quarter.
Game's moving fast.
Sure is. Don't jinx it, Coach. We got both games pretty much in the 4th quarter. If Man Valley Liberty was getting close to ending the 3rd quarter, so going to buckle up here for the final quarter in both of these games as Week 3 begins with a couple of good contests here. We got a whistle.
Either delay or full start.
Or did someone call a timeout?
Miller probably. Yep, he did. Yep.
So here we go. The final play of the 3rd quarter after that interception by Reed has the Mavericks in Liberty territory. They get the play off. The handoff goes into the pile. Liberty makes the tackle, not before the Mavs get 4 or 5 yards on that play. And
nice push, yeah.
We'll flip the field, and Man Valley will have a 2nd and manageable from the 34, 35-yard line. A couple of good contests, Coach.
Yeah,
for sure.
I didn't have any doubt that they were going to be tight football games.
You said they would be, and you're right. We got a couple of good ones. 1 quarter to go in Eldersburg, 9 minutes or so to go in Uniontown. Here's a run by number 3, Paris Lee. And with 9 minutes ago, there's plenty of time, Coach Kraus.
Yes.
But is there a moment here where you would like to see Winters Mill try to hit a couple plays down the field? I know they want to stick with this run.
I would just like to see them mix it up a little bit because the run opens up the pass and the pass opens up the run. So, if you're able to hit a couple flat routes, a couple 3-4 yards, safe passes for your quarterback, That opens up the opportunities for your run game.
See what they do here on a 2nd and 7.
He's got 7 men in the box. So.
They do. And they've been trying to stop this run, right? So,
yeah.
All night. And they've done a pretty good job with it.
Done a great job with it.
And there you go. That's why. So you're almost gonna force Crouch and company to try to throw it a little bit here to make them move the ball. That was Lee on the carry.
Try to impose your will on your opponent in those situations. Yes.
Just a yard gain there for Paris Lee as they make some changes on Winters Mills sideline. 8 minutes ago, still a lot of time, but a pretty big 3rd down here if Winters Mills can convert it.
Yeah, I think this is a huge play for Winters.
Try to keep the chains moving and keep your offense on the field.
Yeah.
2 backs on either side of Caleb Crouch.
See, there's that little flat route. Oh, you needed a block there.
Needed a block. Dallas Poole didn't get enough. Nice play, but a good pursuit by Key, and that'll probably force a punt. Again, with a lot of time to go.
4th and 1.
No, it would be I don't think he got to the. Yeah, I think he only got a yard on that one. Oh no, he did get more than that. 4th and 4, my mistake. I still think you're in punt formation there, but
you have Cook, so
again, like you said,
puts his foot into it, turns
weapon.
the field. Get your defense to get a 3 and out.
You got Dallas Poole here back in some sort of going to make David Cunningham call a timeout, or is it an illegal substitution? I don't see Cook back there, and I don't see Crouch, but I see the rest of the punt team. So they're trying to do something here, a little trickeration. Now they move them back. So let's see what they're going to do here. Okay, Cook is back there. Yeah, you just can't see him right now. Got it. Made more sense. I didn't think they would have done something too fancy. Look at the low kick there. And guess who? Ben Stevens right up near midfield. Well, Ben Stevens has been doing it all for his FSK Eagles tonight.
Way to go, Lions cheerleaders!
All right, 3rd and 1 as we start the 4th quarter. Man Valley trying to answer, and that's Magan up the middle, and he'll probably have enough. If it was a 3rd and 1, he's still going.
Yep.
Plenty inside. Oh, he got down inside the 30-yard line. So when in doubt, get behind those big fellas.
8-yard line.
All the way down to the 28. That's
That's the in vogue play now, that quarterback sneak when it's 3rd or 4th and short.
Especially when you've got a line like that that can block. You're talking about a weapon, and it definitely, Camden Cook is certainly a weapon. If those guys are healthy, 77, 78, 52.
Now they got him on the same side.
I don't know why you wouldn't do that. And you're right, here comes a run to that side. Farabee did cut it back up to the middle, but keeping those guys healthy and keeping them upright, it could go a long way this season.
The obstacle that you have with players that large at the high school level is they want to stand straight up, instead of firing out.
Oh, got a fumble.
Uh-oh.
What are they going to say? Is he down? That was Taku with a nice run. What are they going to call?
He was down. He was all the way down. No, he's all the way down, man.
You hear the fans saying they think he's down. I thought it was a fumble. 2nd down.
He's down.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he got stripped as he was going down.
I thought so too. It's a tough one. It was on the other side. It was a good run by Taku to get 5 yards there. Key's a little confused. They don't know what yard line they're on. So the clock winds, 6:30 to go. Groom's going to take it off to the right side and get a 1st down. Nice run by Keandre Grooms. They're doing a good job here
That's
mixing it up.
That's a big 1st down there, yeah.
Clock's going to keep running.
Yep.
It's still only a 1-score game, but The more of those you can get in these next 3-4 minutes, the harder it's going to be for Winters Mill to come back in this game.
There's Stevens again.
Stevens, boy, making Winters Mill defenders miss and really doing a good job. First down.
Good run. I'd like to see him stay in bounds at the clock line.
Sure. Here's Farabee pushing forward. That should be enough for a first down. Again, right into that pile and doing what he can to get those yards. Nico Marcicano with a tackle attempt there. He's going to be credited for one there, but a big run, another first down for the Mavericks.
They're in the red zone.
They are. Yep. Under 10 to go. Third and so that should be a first down.
Now they got 78.
Yep.
Yes,
Come around the other
77,
side.
78 are on the same
So
side.
that's
Yep. It's gone on
sort of
balance.
disguising the runs, but something fell.
Lost
Oh,
his
the ball
feet,
came
lost
out.
the ball. That
No,
one
they're
was a
saying he was-
fumble. Yep.
What are they saying?
That's Liberty's ball. Yep. I'm
Who
not sure
got
he
it?
ever really got the handoff.
Kevin Poole comes away with it, but yeah, Farabee either lost it going into the pile or fumbled on the way down, and Kevin Poole with the recovery. So once again, big defensive plays.
We have talked about it over and over and over again.
We
Turnovers are killers.
Key trying to salt this clock away. There's Grooms cutting it back up the middle. Winters Mill desperately looking for a turnover here, whether on downs or through the air or the ground. 5 minutes to go.
Yeah,
Another
Winters
big
Mill's
third
battling
down.
the clock and themselves now.
Absolutely. Third and 4, the next biggest play here. Grooms waited, waited, got around Hinkhouse, and may have gotten a first down. That was a great run by Keontae
Yeah, very
Grooms.
patient, waiting for his box to set up.
Waited and eluded a really good defensive player in Tommy Hinkhouse.
Yes.
That's a first down.
First down. Matt's going to have to start using his timeouts
I
here
would
now.
think soon, yeah. All right, back to Liberty Man Valley after that turnover.
That's a good play by Man Valley's
Trying
defense.
to run there, yeah, that was 55. Aiden Turner, we mentioned his name too. I saw him come up and wrap up a tackle there.
Man Valley's goal here is to get a 3 and out, get the ball back.
Correct.
Decent field position.
Yeah, a lot of time in this one too, but like you said, you don't want Liberty going a long extended drive here.
No, you don't want to give up a couple first downs here because the clock would be against you.
Right. Second end, we'll call it 10, 8:40 to go. Liberty holding a 14-7 lead over Manchester Valley. And we got a stoppage.
Delay game.
Delay a game on Liberty. So, back them up a little bit. Not what you wanted if you're Liberty.
No, because you're in the shadow of your goal line,
Now
man.
you are, yep. You're
A
inside the
mistake
10,
here
right
is
at the
not
10,
good,
actually,
yep.
Coach. Right at the 10, yeah.
Yeah, you can see Larry's not real happy
No,
about
he's
that.
not. And if you're Miller, when you step back, you drop back, you're already almost at the goal line.
Correct.
So,
There's pressure.
Miller, what can he do here? Oh, throw out of the end zone, intercepted. Aiden Turner, we just mentioned his name, 55, a junior lineman. The ball went right into his hand, right between the 5 and the 5, Coach. Big play for Man Valley. They're set up first and goal. Ill-advised throw from Miller.
Definitely, and a big mistake on the on the penalty.
So here comes a 3rd and 12 now, and we get back to Man Valley over the middle, a little too high. Trying to get it to Feister, and that stops the clock, and it's 4th and 12. 2:50 basically to go in this game. Now the sideline wants to know if they're going to kick. Might be a little far after we saw that extra point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. My kicker would have to be really, really solid.
Here's a run. Farabee.
He's in.
He's in. So a short yardage touchdown. Isaiah Farabee, and we're a point away from it being another tie game.
All set up by the interception turnover.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Put him down in a goal-to-go situation. So just after Liberty gets the fumble recovery, a few plays later, interception for Man Valley. It was Aiden Turn, number 55, and a couple plays later, Farabee scores from short range, and now Fritz, 18.
Big extra point.
Big extra point is right. Braden Fritz. Snap, kick. Looks like it's good. 8:05, a lot of time left, Coach. 14-14, Mavericks and Lions from the Lions' den. We got a good one.
Yeah, that game's far from over, yep.
I think the other game, too, even though we got a little less time in that one, about 3 or so minutes to go when we check back in with them. We will shortly. Winners Mill. They are going to try a field goal. Well,
wow.
Here's what I was thinking after you said that. Even if you miss it in high school, it goes to, as long as it goes past line of scrimmage, it goes to the 20.
Correct.
So if you throw an incomplete passer anyway, it's a turnover on downs.
But if it's blocked and ran
That's
back,
true.
then
That's
you're not
true.
a happy camper.
Yep, so
It was way short.
so it was short, but it went past line of scrimmage, so it doesn't hurt Key as much in that situation.
From a field position standpoint.
Correct. That's all I was trying to get at. You're right. Of course, you want to try to get the first down there, but
Now we're going to see if Winners Mill can
make them pay.
Yeah.
It was a great defensive stand.
It was.
They've been doing it all day. They've got a lot of time left.
They do.
At least 2 timeouts. They may have all 3. I think Miller called one.
He did call one, yes.
Earlier on, so I think he has 2. I don't remember them calling another one of those earlier in the half. So
A couple big chunk plays, and they're right there.
you're gonna call it a 3-minute drill,
Yeah.
if you have one, and see what you can do. And you've got a kicker.
You got a
You've
kicker.
got a kicker in
Correct.
Camden Cook. So
The
extra
question
point
is,
wise,
extra point wise, to
right,
win
right.
the game, yeah.
Yeah. No, the field goal doesn't help you, I know, but. Okay, 2:49 to go. 1st and 10, Winters Mill at the 20. Crouch,
Nice catch and grab.
and that's Camden Cook. Nice play by Cook to get up there past the 30-yard line. You get the ball in the hands of
big
your
target.
athletes. I know. I was
Yeah.
just going to say, get the ball in the hands of your athletes, right?
Yep.
Here's Miller trying for some redemption. Completed pass this time to number 5. That's Mike Martin, and he gets away. I can't believe he stayed in bounds. He's all the way
Yeah,
down
that's-
inside the 30-yard
wow,
line.
that's Good job on his
That
part.
was a great
not to
job. I thought he
stop.
was out. I thought he had completed it for about 9 yards.
Yep.
right,
And Valley
back-
had a couple shots at him on the sideline.
They
there.
did. Back to Winters Mill. Crouch. Over the middle. Ooh, trying to get it to Cook, and Feister was there on defense. A little bit overthrown. All these plays are huge now down the stretch.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just not sure that this is Winners Mill's big game,
It's-
like,
Yeah.
they're just not a passing offense from what it seems like. They're more
I would say through the first 2 weeks they're not structured that
Yeah.
way, but they've got targets. They've got Cook. They've
Oh,
got
they do, yeah.
Lee and Baez can catch it out of the backfield.
Might look for a
Andolina.
screen or something here, too, because Key's coming hard.
Andolina's made some nice grabs in this game. Let's see what they got in store. Pool in motion. Crouch back to throw. And there's your screen to Baez,
play
but a
by
good
Key.
job by FSK.
Yeah.
Give credit to, is that 24?
34.
34. That's Chase Replogle, a sophomore, another sophomore. I've called his name a couple
Bodes
times.
well for Coach Cunningham.
Absolutely
definitely.
does. All right, back to Man Valley where we're tied, 14-14. Man Valley and Liberty. Ooh, receiver moved a little bit there just because we saw it on the, didn't get called. Pass again to Martin. Makes a man miss and gets out of bounds right around the 20. Dumped out of bounds by Lo Prieto. We're going to be going back and forth here in these final few minutes, back and forth in these games. 1:50 to go. Big third down. There's a catch by Cook, and he makes a man miss. And he's down inside the 40, inside the 30, all the way out of bounds.
Needed that block.
Camden Cook fired up. 2 big catches on this drive. And the Falcons are in business inside
Yeah, they
the
weren't
30.
deep passes.
No.
They're just, little 7-8 yard hitches.
Get the ball in the hands of your top players, right?
Missed tackle, put you in position.
7 minutes to go. At Liberty, we got a stoppage. They move, false start. Funny, 2 plays ago, C.J. Harold kind of jittered there, stutter stepped on the line, didn't get called, but we saw that a lot the other night too with Frederick and Westminster.
Yeah.
It's a tough call when we're up here, we can see it zoomed in. Those guys are down the field and moving quick, but everybody wants to go a little early, right? So we have a timeout on the field here with 7:02 to go. All right, back with 1:37 on the clock. And a first down for Wintersville after that nice catch and run by Camden Cook. Call it the 27-yard line, Coach? Right around that?
Right around there.
Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. Good pressure there from Key. Oh, another pass almost picked by Colton Feister. That was trying to go over the top, and he had a little pressure on him, did Caleb Crouch. But Feister's been around the ball.
Yeah, they had trips to the top there with single coverage down on the single receiver down here and tried to get him up top.
All right, 7:02 left. 1st and 10. Miller back to throw. He's got a man falling down, but that should be inside the 10-yard line.
Yep.
That's Mike Martin with the catch. Braden Fritz on their coverage, but it's a 1st and goal situation for the Liberty Lions. Under 7 to go. Back to Key we go. 1:32 left. Crouch. Ball batted away. Nice job by, there's a flag too. Jermaine Dawson's fired up, number 4. And that's a hold. Looks like I saw a hold call on Winters Mill, so I'm sure they'll back him up.
He's in.
And there's a rushing touchdown for Liberty. The Lions think they scored. They did not score, right down near the goal line.
Yeah,
they got close.
Yep.
That was Kevin Poole, number 7. So at the beginning, 6 minutes left, 2nd and short. We'll see what they do here. Miller behind his line, pushes, and that should be enough to get in. That's a touchdown for the Lions. So quarterback keeper, Chase Miller with 5:54 to go. The Lions back on top. Nice drive there by Liberty to retake the lead. And with Martin as your kicker, you'll try that extra point there. We'll get back to that in a second. 1:28 to go, 2nd and 5. So the Falcons made up some of that holding penalty. And Kraus looking to throw. He's going up top. Oh, he's got a man in the end zone. Incomplete. Camden Cook almost came down with it.
Just a 2-receiver route, just 2 men out.
That's 45, Nollis Grant on the coverage, a senior. Have a name we haven't called much tonight, but did a good job there on a good receiver in Camden Cook. Thought he had him open there for a second,
position to make a play, yep.
Cook was open, I thought, briefly. Here's the extra point. That is a big extra point.
Oh, absolutely.
Martin has some pressure, but looks like he drills it, and he does. So 5:54 to go. Liberty 21, Man Valley 14. A lot of time left in that one, Coach. Plenty of time left. Yep. All right, 3rd and 5 here with 1:19 left. Crouch. Going to keep it himself. Going to get a first down and more. All the way inside the 5-yard line.
Yep.
Huge play for Winters Mill. That's the weapon.
Nice play call. Nice
play call, and that's the weapon that you have with your running quarterback, and that puts Winters Mill in a great spot. 1st and goal from the 4. Clock's runs.
Running.
Can Winters Mill score and potentially take the lead? Can Francis Scott Key hold them off? And I think there's a false start. I think they're going to get number 5, Don't have him on my roster, but looked like he might have jumped unless there was a timeout called. And there might have been. So 45 seconds left. I think there was a timeout from the sideline. This is when you hold your breath, right, Coach?
And that's the truth, yep.
So if you're key here and you're Coach Cunningham and your defense, what are you trying to impress upon the young guys here?
You got to be in the gaps, and you got to look at that last formation. If they were, uptight with the quarterback. Ooh, nice play by
Maggie with a
Valley.
screen there. And a lot of room to run is the tight end, Anthony Hesselbein, and he is in all the way down to nearly the 20-yard line. That's a huge play for Man Valley, who needs a touchdown and an extra point to tie the game. Just a nice, easy screen there, and Hesselbein had a lot of room to go.
Give it to the two offensive coordinators. Very good play calling here late in the game.
Been good here, yes, sir. So Man Valley now set up shop at inside the 20. Magan. Hand off, Farabee. Couple, maybe 1 yard there. All right, first and goal from the 4.
Double done.
Kraus all the way back at the 10-yard line. He's going to run it. He's going to try to get around the edge, but Jermaine Dawson.
Where's the ball?
Jermaine Dawson has other ideas. Oh, excuse me, Jermaine Dawson, number 3, had other ideas.
Kraus got a little shaken up on that throwdown. Nice job grabbing cloth.
Timeout now. There might be one down to their last one.
Ball is brought by number 14. He's stopped by number 16. Blake Cox. It brings up third down.
Huge play here, 3.5 to go. All right, under 3.5 to go now. Clock running, 3rd and 3. Man Valley needs a first down here. Farabee. You can push him. I don't know if he got it. Had to get down to the.
Short by
had to
one.
get inside the. Yeah, it's 4th down. All right, 2nd and 8 after that fling down by Dawson. Gonna go to Cook in the end zone. Did he get it? Incomplete. Toby Adelaja with the coverage. They've been trying to go to Camden Cook on this drive all day.
Yeah, they're using his length. Try to throw the ball up, see if he can go up and make a play.
So it's 3rd and 8. 29 seconds left. All right, let's see. 29 seconds to go. Can Crouch get the Falcons in the end zone? And he's going to take a sack.
Oh.
And they don't have any timeouts, Coach. Big play. Looked like Bedlam. Boy, a 3rd and 1. Clock is ticking.
Yeah, they got to get it. Just throw it up now.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. You see the coach is screaming at the defense. Crouch going to try, roll this way. He's got to throw it up. It is in the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Eddie Andolina. There's no time on the clock. Now hang on.
Oh, my.
Winners, the FSK signaling that maybe there was a penalty. There's no time on the clock. It was 4th and 18. So he's roughing the passer? Was that the call there?
I think so, yes.
Well, if that's the case, it'll be a penalty on FSK.
And that would go on the extra point.
Or it'll be declined, right?
Or decline it, yeah.
Yeah. Let's sort this out. Let's sort this out. 6-6. They put the points on the board for Winners Mill. No time left.
Yeah, by the reaction of the key players, the touchdown's good.
Yeah. They're sorting it out here. You see Coach Cunningham there in the corner of your screen trying to figure out what's going on.
That's an unbelievable play by Kraus.
Crouch.
Just to avoid the sack and then just throw the ball up.
And the clock's running.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance. That's fourth down. You don't have a chance to call a timeout or excuse me or throw it out of bounds. I mean, that was it.
Yeah. Well, we talked about the Nebraska commit here.
Well, we talked about the extra point.
Yep.
The extra point earlier in this game.
Yep.
So here's the deal. If Cook doesn't make the extra point, we're going to overtime.
Yeah.
If he does make the extra point, Winners Mill is 3-0 for the first time.
Timeout, make him think about it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a timeout here. We might go over to Man Valley Liberty. The Mavericks trying to tie this up as we go under a minute, and there'll be a timeout here. So looks like they're in good position to try to, hopefully, for Man Valley's sake, tie the game. We've had a couple of barn burners here,
Wow,
Coach.
we couldn't have asked for any better start of the county games.
Yeah, so here we go. So in the key situation, that they scored a touchdown like that, it's 6-6, and now there's a timeout on the field, just sorting out the penalty.
Yes.
All the air has been taken out of the key sideline, but they know they can still try to block an extra point. Do you tell them to be more aggressive than normal on this play, or do you just?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if they jump the snap, if he kicks it through, the game's over.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter at that point, So yeah, you tell them to go after it.
On Winners Mill's side, you got a short-footed kicker. You've practiced this a lot. You put it on the foot of your senior, and
yeah, the one that it's really the pressure's on is the center and the holder.
Right.
That's really where the pressure's going to be on.
There's pressure in both these games. Let's go check it
Here we
out.
go.
Here's the extra point. Snap, crouch holds. Ooh, tough snap. Oh, Cook drills it.
Yeah.
Absolutely drills it.
Wow.
And that is a gut punch for Francis Scott Key. And if you're Winners Mill, hats off to you, because you were down, couldn't get anything going on offense till the last play of the game.
Honestly, you really should not have won that football game, but, good teams find a way sometimes, and that's hopefully where Winners Mill is leading to, 3-0.
3-0, it's gone final. Winners Mill 7, FSK 6, and like you said, Winners Mill 3-0 for the first time since 2009. That's a really good football game. Defensive game, but a fun game to watch.
Give Francis Scott Key a lot of credit, because I'll tell you, they were, that was their football game there in Uniontown. They just had some bad luck, that's all.
It sure was. It sure was. Handshakes there. Now here we go, 37 seconds. Man Valley's got to score to tie the game. Magan going to throw it. And that's a touchdown.
Oh, my gosh.
To the right side of the end zone, James Herndon. Nope, excuse me, not James Herndon. He was coming in to celebrate. It was 42. Beg your pardon, Braden Foreman. And we're an extra point away from tying this game.
Wow.
So here we go. Let's see what happens here on the extra point. Extra point kick is up and good by Fritz. And we're tied at 21 with 32 seconds left. We ought to do this every week, Coach.
Man, these are awesome football games. Wow.
So here's the handshakes, and obviously, like you said, you got the student in Cunningham, David Cunningham, coaching Key, had played at Winners Mill, played under Coach Matt Miller. It's got to be an emotional handshake there. If you're Winners Mill, yes, you probably say, look, we won, we celebrate, we got one.
We got one.
If you're Key, you can't hang your head, right?
No, you got to come back to practice, when they come back and just build on that, because they played a great game.
They played a great game, they played good defense, and they controlled the game on the ground.
They did.
All right, well, here we go. 32 seconds left. The kickoff. Oh, that's a good return. A nice return up near the 40-yard line with only 25 seconds to go. Who was that young man? Number 10.
Special teams gave him the opportunity now.
That's Jonah Rohrer. He and his brothers have been on Liberty's rosters for a lot of years. There was a Noah Rohrer, a Gabe Rohrer, and
a ton of Rohrers.
A Jonah Rohrer now for them. He's a junior. He's got another year to go. But it could set him up pretty well there on that return. So 2 timeouts according to the scoreboard, and 24 seconds. You got a lot of time left to see what you can do here. All right, 1st and 10. This is Chase Miller's first big moment here as Liberty's quarterback.
This is where in years...
Oh, that doesn't help.
Years past, you would have to double up on Evans and try to put pressure on Pelchati and see what you could do.
We'll talk about this more, but Winters Mill home next Friday to host Century.
Wow.
The Falcons try to continue their success. And FSK stays home against Liberty. So that's where they're up next. But we're not finished with this one yet. Man Valley and Liberty tied at 21. All right, first and should be 15, but it's first and 14 on the board. There's a pass out here. Ooh, dangerous pass, incomplete to Michael Martin. Got up a little higher. Defended well by number 18, Braden Fritz. This will be a second down. 20 seconds left now on the clock.
If I'm Man Valley, I'm going to put some pressure on his quarterback.
You have to. They have a decent kicker, of course, in Martin, but they have to get still 30 more yards, I would think. Here's Miller, back to throw. He lets it go down the sideline. Caught!
Oh, my.
And into the end zone. Liberty takes the lead. Sophomore C.J. Harold. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't either. That's crazy.
That's a great catch. And with 7 seconds to go, Liberty has a 6-point lead. Unbelievable, Coach.
That is the worst thing that you can have happen.
Credit the young man for making a sensational grab, and then the defenders were...
Great concentration on his part.
So I know there's only 7 seconds left, but still a big extra point here to put them up by 7. Let's see what that. Ooh, low snap, Martin.
Good job by the holder.
Gets it to go.
Yep, that's good.
So with 7 seconds left, Liberty 28, Man Valley 21, and that was just I'm not going to call it wasn't a desperation heave, but it was just a throw up and see if we can get it, and C.J. Harold makes the play.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing the replay. It looked like there were 2 receivers in the area at the time, but just a great job by the receiver. Stay concentrated.
A great job by the receiver. And then turn the Jets on and get through Liberty's defense.
Wow. But there are going to be 2 ends of the county tonight that are going to be happier than heck, and there's going to be 2 ends that are going to be really, really down in the dump.
Yeah, I mean, Man Valley, they certainly weren't playing for overtime, but they had the momentum there. They had scored late and tied the game, and on less than a minute to go.
Yep.
You like your chances there. You take your chances. Now, if you're Man Valley, do you have a trick in your bag or a trick in your playbook that you can...
Yeah, I don't know. This early in the season, I'm not sure you practice the Oompa Loompa play.
Seven seconds to go.
If the ball's kicked up in the air, you fair catch it so that way the clock doesn't run.
And if you're Martin, you drill this on the ground, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
He does.
And that's what he does.
Oh, he pooched it up.
Yeah, that's good.
Now you fall down if you're Man Valley. Oh, okay, you don't. They're going to try to do something on this play right here.
He's done. Yep.
And he stayed up. They held him up, and 7 seconds elapsed on the kickoff.
Big win for Liberty.
Tremendous win in the final seconds.
Yep.
Liberty holds on, that comes from behind, but Liberty holds on 28-21 in a thriller. We had 2 games that end in the final seconds, Coach.
Well, you guys picked them right this way, didn't you?
Our first night of multi-game coverage couldn't have gone much better in terms of that. And Liberty gets its first win of the year in a big way. There you see that, like you said, there's Seth Jacobs, and they do it without one of their top players.
Yeah.
Kudos to the other guys who stepped in and did a great job in.
Yeah, their locker room's going to be quite joyous, I'm sure.
See Coach Bernie Kuntz there in the front of the line and leading the way. The handshakes. Liberty 28, Man Valley 27. Man Valley falls to 1-2 and 0-1 in the county, and Liberty's 1-2 and 1-0. So there's your final score. That's just a young man making a big play down the stretch. Give credit to Miller and give credit to C.J. Harold for coming up with that catch in the crunch time like that. And
high school football, anything can happen. Any Friday night, any given Friday night. Man.
Let's go back to the Key game for just a second and your thoughts about just, look, I thought Key handled themselves pretty well, but Winters Mill in the final minute and a half, when they had to have it, went down and made some big plays, big throws to Cook. But go ahead.
Given what they were up against, yeah. I mean, I think, they're not a passing football team, but yet they made some big plays when it all counted, and they went to their playmaker, a senior in Camden Cook. And, Kraus did a great job.
And then how about Man Valley and Liberty? I mean, Man Valley comes down, doesn't let the turnovers get to them too much, tie the game, and then I won't even call it a lapse. It was just like a good play from Liberty. You got to feel pretty good about Man Valley up until the last 25 seconds of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I'm getting on the bus, and I'm telling my guys, we played a good football game. We just were one play short, that's all.
Right.
And that's about what it amounted to.
It was pretty fun stuff. We're going to have a little more analysis from these games, and we're going to have a post-game interview coming up hopefully shortly from one of the players of the game, of one of these games. We'll take a break, and we'll come right back, wrap things up from our post-game show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
I'm a graduating senior at Century High School, and I did an internship at the Carroll Media Center. I selected this internship because I play basketball, and I saw the CMC at one of our games. I'm very interested in journalism and broadcasting, so it was like a perfect fit. Day-to-day stuff, I would do different type of blogs, reporting, covering, giving out highlights. In the fall, I'll be planning to attend Ohio University to major in journalism and minor in broadcasting. I would definitely recommend the internship at CMC because you work with a lot of great people and you should give it a shot.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. All right, we're back. CM Sportsnet multi-game coverage, football game of the week. Pretty good stuff here in these final few minutes of these games.
Fanatic games, man. Fanatic games.
Yep. It's good to have Carroll County football back.
Oh, absolutely. And thanks for the opportunity, man. Being able to watch these teams, this is awesome.
It's awesome. I'm just glad to be able to do a county game. It's always more fun. We're actually going to go ahead and go down to the field where Thomas Chenoweth from CM Sportsnet talked to one of the players of the game from Liberty after their 28-21 win.
How's it going? Thomas Chenoweth here with Tristan West. Man, game-winning touchdown. You want to talk to me about that final play a little bit? I went out. I'll tell you, going into those final moments, a lot going on. Man Valley just ran down the field, scored a touchdown. You got to do something quick. Talk to me about it. Thank you so much. Congratulations, man. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks to Thomas Chenoweth. Try to talk to Tristan West there. A little bit of technical difficulties with the microphone. That was Tristan West. The roster had 17 as somebody else, but number 17, Tristan West, making a huge play for Liberty. I think Thomas was asking him about that play. I mean, it was hard to see everything there, Coach, but what do you do there when you've got the when you're West and you see the ball coming to you, you certainly want to secure it first, and then you just turn upfield and try to make something happen in those final seconds?
Yeah, I think the first thing you do is you concentrate on catching the football first. You don't want to think about the touchdown or running before that. You have to catch the ball. And even if he'd have caught it and gotten tackled, he was in good field position for him. So, he did his job.
And in that situation, in that time, they need only a field goal to take the lead, but obviously the touchdown's going to be a little bit better there and go up by 7. Just a great game, and we're going to go ahead and check out the highlights from tonight's contest between Liberty and Man Valley. First we're going to go to Wintersville FSK and go back to the second half of this one. And Ben Stevens, I thought, was the player of the game on both sides. Regardless of Wintersville winning, I thought Ben Stevens had the best
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think he kept the ball in his hands in a lot of good big situations and made big plays and really propelled Key in the position where they were down to the last 30 seconds.
Caleb Crouch, Wintersville's quarterback, did go to the air a little bit and was able to make some big plays, and especially here in this final 2 minutes, Camden Cook came alive as their receiver.
Yeah, that was a big
That's
play
a huge play right there to get him all the way down inside the 30 after he had caught one before that.
Yeah.
They had a holding penalty, got some of the yards back a couple plays later. And this stage of the game, they were still only had a timeout left. And Key's going to make sure after this overthrow here that almost got caught by Cook in the end zone. They kept trying to go to Cook. Time was running out. The timeouts were not on their side. FSK's defense is going to make a pretty good play after Kraus got the big third down run there. So he definitely used his legs.
Yes. Senior quarterback.
Setting it up.
Yep.
So it was first and goal at the 4 here with 45 seconds left. And this is where I was talking about. Kraus gets flung down by Jermaine Dawson. Forced to use the timeout. Dawson's fired up. Key feeling like they could possibly pull off an upset and the shutout.
Yeah, at this point, I thought Key had all the momentum.
And here it was. After another sack, there was no time left. Kraus throws it up. He may have tried to go to Tommy Hinkhouse, but either way, it's number 9, Eddie Andolina, coming up with a great play.
Yeah, when you're in that situation, if you're a receiver, you just go after the football. I mean, it doesn't matter who it was intended to. If you have the opportunity to catch it in the end zone, you catch it.
And Key brought the house there. It didn't matter. Cook's going to drill that extra point no matter what.
It's a Nebraska commit, man. The kid's a solid player.
A 1-point walk-off, if you want to call it that, for Winters Mill. That's a huge win for them. We can sit here and maybe say they stole one a little bit because I think Key dominated the game. Matt Miller would probably tell you if he was being honest. It's a win's a win. Winters Mill got the victory.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for that staff and Coach Miller and his team. They've struggled over the past couple of years, and to get off to a good 3-0 start and a good home game next week, they got an opportunity to make some noise.
You just have to pile up the wins. You know as better as anybody recently. You guys piled them up 2 years ago and got all the way to Navy Green Court Stadium. So, and then for Key, real quick before we go see the highlights of Man Valley and Liberty, they're really down right now. I know that's a gut punch. I think Coach Cunningham can get them in the right direction because they played a really good game tonight.
They played an awesome game, and I think that's his approach. He's just got to tell them, hey, we were down to it to the very last play. They made one play more than us. That's all it was.
Literally one play.
Yeah.
All right, let's go now to the highlights from Man Valley and Liberty. Another great finish, a thriller at the Lions Den in Eldersburg. Here's the third quarter, and we saw this play a lot. This worked well here. Akinboye for a long touchdown for the Lions. And maybe Sam Evans isn't felt so much when you score on plays like that.
Yeah, well, you had made that name Rohrer. I think Noah Rohrer was another one that used to run that play a lot, and that was just a good Liberty executed play.
Yeah, and has burned teams in the past. So, but Man Valley stayed with it, down a touchdown here, and just using those big guys. We talked about them all night. Their big fellows were able to move the chains when they could, move the pile rather, get the chains moving, and pick up first downs.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough out for any football team.
I think they are. They tied the game on a touchdown run there late. And here is a great play. Michael Martin staying inbound, shedding 2 tacklers, and getting all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That was a big play for Liberty late in the fourth quarter. Or should I say midway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think the defensive coaches are going to have a little issue with that because they could either, you got to use that 12th man, that sideline, and get him out of bounds, even if you don't bring him down.
It set up that short run, touchdown run by Chase Miller. Under 6 minutes to go, that would put Liberty up 21-14. Eventually would be 21-all. This is sort of late in the game, 20 seconds to go. Great catch by Tristan West. Eludes one tackler. Good block there by Poole to make the other guy miss.
Yeah.
He goes into the end zone. 50 couple yard touchdown backbreaker for Man Valley is that the play that can get Liberty going in the right direction? Because they were
believe
stumbling
so.
a little bit
Sure.
the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, as a coach, you build on that. Yeah, I mean, and you know that's a play that you tell your team, and your team understands that they're never out of a football game. You know, in that kind of situation, you throw the ball up, your playmaker makes a play, you know, and you're in the game in the end zone. So, you know,
For handing out game balls, I think in the Winners Mill game, I think I would go Ben Stevens, but Camden Cook also made a name for himself. We know what he can do with his foot. He made a couple big catches. If Winners Mill's game ball might go to Caleb Kraus or Camden Cook.
Yeah, I would think Kraus played very big in that game.
Yeah.
You know, he made a big run in that, get him down inside the 5.
He did,
the
yeah.
Throw,
Yep.
you know, with no time left on the clock. So.
And found his receivers when maybe it wasn't the strong suit of theirs in the first 3 quarters.
And that's not their game.
Right.
You know, it's not the strength.
Other
of
side, Ben Stevens, I think for sure for key. He was all
definitely.
over the field.
Yeah,
all
was,
3
he
phases.
was a stud, definitely. He
And
was
then
a dude.
the Liberty game, West gets the touchdown there late. Chase Miller handled himself pretty well, I thought. Had some trouble early in the game connecting on his receivers, but they got the offense moving, and they took advantage of Man Valley turnovers as well.
What I really liked about Man Valley is everything that they did successfully, they did as a team. I mean, it was a group effort. So, you know, that's something that Coach Kuntz will build on as well. So,
Right.
you know, even though they came out on the short end, you know, he's got a lot. They're going to be a tough out, like I said, for a lot of football teams.
I agree with you. And then again, like for Liberty with Chase Miller sort of trying to find his way, it's a good win to get like that.
Yeah.
Good throw and good catch there when he needed it in crunch time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he got, like I said, he's playing in the shadows of a great quarterback that they had at their program for the last couple of years. So, yeah, good effort
Fun,
on
man.
his part.
Pleasure.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Do it
Thank
again
you
sometime soon. For Mike Kraus, I'm Pat Stoetzer. Thanks a lot for joining us on our multi-game coverage. We'll try to do this again later in the season. We'll be back with you for more games of the week. And until then, have a good rest of your week and weekend.